But like, what draw you to that energy on today? Like
Jesus.
The Spirit of God. The Spirit of God just never made you do something that you just couldn't explain.
normally
time.
when you walk in, it's not gospel music that's on your mind.
Right.
Especially like the day after Valentine's Day, was you doing a lot of sinning, so you had to like repent.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, not me per se.
Not you per se.
Not me per
Okay.
se. But that is the day where you need the most amount of gospel.
For the audience listening, when I walked in today, I was actually I was late, right?
You get a demerit.
I was late, yeah.
Okay, accountability.
But when I walked in, I was greeted by the Spirit of the Lord.
For
Right?
the
Jesus
people,
Christ.
Alex was blasting gospel music.
He was blasting it, and I had to look around because Alex's music choice is very wide,
Yeah.
It
right?
is.
It's like a BBW.
What?
It reaches all corners of the room. I see what you did there.
Oh my goodness.
And
My fault, Reggie.
ironically, today that we're recording is the day after Valentine's Day, so I'm like, maybe he would have been in like, Joe. Or Avant,
like a Carl
or
Thomas.
Brian McKnight, like it would be, smooth vibes R&B. But opposed to that, you were like, celebrating the Lord, asking for forgiveness.
Absolutely.
I didn't know what you was doing the night before, so I just wanted to like get in tune with you, my brother.
Savon, God equips me with all of the love I need.
Okay.
So
Amen.
it's funny you brought up love. It's hand in hand with me when it comes to him.
Okay.
And also, here's another fun fact.
Practice for this?
Nah, this me.
You
Yeah,
rehearsed
he
this?
just is so quick with it. Like, he doesn't stutter when he responds.
I be stuttering.
I'm very jealous because I've noticed that I stutter, I repeat things, but Alex, oh my gosh.
It's not true. I stutter.
That's the Lord. See what happens when you pray.
Speaking through him.
Exactly.
He's a vessel.
And to your point, my good brother, I'm so glad you brought that up. There was another one of God's children amongst us
He's a vessel.
before we came into this room.
Okay.
So to myself, I'm thinking, I think God was just summoning that type of energy. For those of you that want to know, Hezekiah Walker, if you keep up with gospel music, he was here. He was
Legend.
sitting in your chair.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I say when I was just,
I knew the
prompted.
seat felt a little warmer than normal. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, don't do that.
Nah, for real. I knew it felt like
Warm with love.
Warm with something. I don't know what it was, but I knew this seat felt anointed.
Say warm with God, nigga.
Warm with God.
Nigga.
I'm putting the nigga
You
on the.
can't say that in the same sentence.
My fault.
You
can't
might
do
be
that.
able to. I don't know.
can't do that. My fault.
What's going on, family? It is the Need to Know podcast. We are here. If you are new, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And if you're old, thank y'all for returning. I go by the name Savon.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, A.
And always we have Penn Affleck, my I love that. I love that. I love you embracing now.
Oh, no, I feel a little weird every time you guys call me that because Armand actually claimed. Oh, no, he called himself
Nah,
Penn
he's
Griffey.
Penn Griffey. I stole his
okay,
shit
okay.
regardless.
Yeah,
Shout out
'cause
to
I
Armand.
I don't
But
want Armand to be like, y'all stole my clever nickname, but
I like Penn Affleck. Especially when I saw Penn, well, not Penn, but Ben and Jen at the Grammys. I thought about you.
I
was like,
that's a little weird, but
Why
I'll
would
take
you
it.
think about it?
Because I introduced her.
No, I'll take it.
Every week is Ben Affleck. And so I saw Ben Affleck. I'm like, oh my God, that's Reggie in the flesh.
You saw a
Word.
you saw a Caucasian man that thought of Reggie.
Reggie.
This is
Yeah.
sick. This is some sick
Yo,
shit.
y'all know how my shit works sometimes, bro. It's not always there.
I don't
Gotta
see
rein it
the
in.
correlation, but
Rein it in.
Savon, I want to be very clear. I do not know how your shit works.
Oh, yo.
Alright, my brain.
Words are important.
Yeah, my brain. And our guy Devon Terrell, he cannot be here with us. He's out doing amazing, great things as always. So shout out to Dev. We will see you soon. But in the
Appreciate you,
meantime, we got our guy. Honestly, this podcast episode is dedicated to our beloved Pierre.
yo,
Pretty much.
Our beloved Pierre. This guy has been killing
man.
He is Instagram.
Just say life.
what?
It's him and Michael B. Jordan. Like, they're in the same class.
You kind of competing with like Will Smith now, Pierre.
Nah, Will Smith is on another trajectory.
You passed him.
Nah, I'm just trying to like stay under him. So like,
Hey, yo.
pause. But yeah, because when people like Will Smith grace IG, they're on a whole nother level. I don't have that kind of money yet or notoriety, but I'm trying to work through it.
But you climbing the ladder. So I want to take it. I want to take it from the top.
I'm not going front. When niggas start sounding humble, it be sounding mad boring. Yo, hop in your bag, please. Like, I'm trying to work
I
on
like
being
that
more
arrogance.
humble. You feel me? But like, it's a respectful arrogance, I feel, right? Too much of that humble shit.
We gonna do it for him.
let's do it.
Cause I got a timeline.
Okay.
And tell me when I'm off. All right? Tell me when my timeline is messed up.
Here we go.
We gonna walk through this thing, all right?
Here we go.
Because some of the people that we're gonna speak about during Pierre's timeline, we're actually gonna talk about later on in this episode. So let's start here. Michael B. Jordan.
Yep, Michael B.
I open up my app. I'm like, oh God, my guy Pierre, he got me in the green circle. I'm like, it's lit. Whenever I see a green circle, male, female, I'm him. Like, oh shit, you let me into your space.
I hate that shit now.
So, I saw your tweet. Who did it?
We gotta
Real
talk
quick.
about it.
Before I
There-
continue with Pierre,
I'm not a fan of being in people's close friends. I'd rather be in nobody's close friend now than a lot of people's
What?
because if I'm really close with you, we're best friends in person. Like I love being your close friends. Like please include me in your life. But people that I don't really know well, they add me into their close friends and then they like vent a lot about their life and shit, like family problems and relationship problems. And now I click on it and now I have this information that I don't know what to do with. And I feel rude, like, and you're like crying and stuff, like, and I don't reply, but I didn't ask to fucking be here. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
They just want your odds.
Let's talk
said,
about Pierre.
"I
I'm
didn't
sorry. I'm
ask to
getting.
be
No, you good.
I'm getting annoyed.
I love that. I love that.
They just want
Please
your
take me out
odds.
your close friends.
Hey, yo, quick little PSA before Savon goes. I do not have a close friends. Okay,
That's a lie.
I swear on everything on
seen
my
it.
Why
life.
did someone accuse
On
you?
my
of this?
I
life.
seen it, bro.
No, you didn't. You're
When
lying.
you showed me, we was talking about your boy. Your boy, he had a show
Okay,
one
he's
time.
right. Let me
and, then
correct-
and then you showed
He's
me
right.
his page,
He's right.
and it was green under
He's
his
right.
letters. I went to my page,
He's right.
it was white.
Let me correct myself.
So why you
He's
did
right.
that to me?
No. But listen, he's right. I do have a close friends.
So
I
don't lie.
You're right. Now you can't start off the show lying. My
What?
fault. Nah.
And you was just talking about Jesus and Hezekiah Walker and all that.
That's
y'all
why.
trying
He,
to-
that's why I
That's
need
crazy.
Jesus. The motherfucker just walk around
Yo,
lying.
Why y'all-
Lying is a sin.
Yo, why y'all trying to send me to hell? What's going on here? Niggas over here throwing sins and accusations. Now, listen, like I said, right? Savon is right. I do have a close friends, but I haven't used it since literally 2021. So just a quick little PSA out there. I ain't beefing with you. Don't think to yourself like, yo, why I never see the green circle around board till we fall? Go follow me. It's because I don't have one. All right, my fault, Savon.
Go follow me.
So
Okay.
I entered Pierre's green circle, clicked it, boom, bang, bam, I'm in. Right?
Felt that.
I see Michael B. Jordan.
Word?
So I'm like, what is happening? Who is what, where?
Jersey legend.
Very, very close proximity to Pierre. Pierre is filming him. Michael B. Jordan, they're walking. He's talking to Pierre. It's like they're best buds. I'm like, oh, shit. Pierre just moved to Jersey. I know he's from Jersey. Maybe there's a Jersey connect.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't ask any questions. All I know is don't replace me with the nigga we was just talking shit about in the last episode. Because, like, this nigga's awesome.
Nah, you was talking.
Nah, Michael be the guy. He's real cool, real cool. First time I met him in person.
See this nigga, bro? Yo, you see how this nigga come back on this? We ain't even get to, like, everything else. Michael
that's
B.
my
the guy.
guy.
He ain't even put the Jordan on the Michael B. That's just Mike B.
That's
Yeah,
his
my
name.
guy Mike.
That's
my guy
Mike B.
Mikey.
Nah, I didn't say my guy Mike, but
Mikey.
yeah, Mike cool.
Okay, all right. So
you acting
we
different,
started
P.
with
I
Michael
don't
B.
know.
Jordan. Cool. Next day, it was a red circle around Pierre. So I'm like, let me tap in with my guy. Regular circle,
Oh,
not red,
about to
but
say, when they
whatever the
do that?
normal circle color is. It was that, the Instagram color palette.
Right, okay.
I click on it. I'm like, all right, yesterday was Michael B. Jordan. The next day, 24 hours, I see Ashanti.
Yo, what's
Up
up
close
with
and
you?
personal.
Nah, Shanti cool. She
Another one, right?
Yeah.
She cool too.
she cool, real cool.
What's cool about her?
Yeah.
Her spirit, you know.
Good spirit.
She had a warm
Okay.
spirit, good vibes.
This guy's trained.
Okay, all jokes aside, I really do. I
good.
always hear that she's like such a bright, warm
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Honestly, she was really bubbly.
Fills
Like,
up the room.
her her personality was really cool.
An outfit.
And yeah, she smelled really good.
All
That's
right.
always a plus.
But why you ain't say all of this about? Never mind. We ain't got to talk about Michael B. So it was next. It was
What?
Ashanti, right?
Okay, yeah.
Fast forward a few
What
days.
cologne Mike had on?
I see my guy. He's at the airport.
Booked and busy.
He lands. He's in Arizona.
I wonder where he's going.
Big AZ.
A lot of people was in Arizona this past weekend. You know, the likes
lot.
of Jay-Z, the likes of Kevin Hart,
Fab.
the
Blue Ivy.
Blue. I mean, and oh wait, Blue Ivy was definitely
she was
there.
there.
And the one and only Rihanna.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. It was a who's who.
I go on the story. Actually, can I really snitch on you?
Good.
It's out now.
Good. Why
I
not?
get a fucking text at 2 a.m. that says I'm him. I'm like, wait.
What? I did not say
Excuse
that.
me?
Nah,
Yo,
nah, nah, nah,
what?
nah, nah,
You
nah,
did
nah.
it?
What
I
is
did not.
happening
He's
in my phone
definitely
right
lying.
now? Bro, he sends me a video
He's
of
embellishing.
him working
He's
with
embellishing.
Rihanna, and Rihanna is like waving at his camera, like looking directly at him.
I'm him.
I saw that Pierre.
Nah, I did.
And
did
I
not
said,
say
you
I'm
are
him.
him.
Savon said I'm him.
I did say you said him. I was hating.
No, but that day, it was last Thursday. There was a halftime press conference with Rihanna, and
Was that the Nadeska interview?
Yep, it was in the Deska
She did an
interview.
amazing job.
And you filmed that,
Yeah.
so your eyes be everywhere.
You know what I mean? I try to do what.
Okay,
you know?
all right.
I try.
And then
This guy's good.
prior to that, Babyface was on the stage, Chris Stapleton, and I forget the other lady's name, but pretty much everyone who was going to be a part of the halftime performance. And then after their set, Rihanna came on, and she was kind of just going over her story that led up to her deciding to do the halftime performance. And really shout out to her and women who carried women and really women who carry children, especially in a work capacity, because the stuff she was telling us there about set changes and being 3 months postpartum to being pregnant while she was practicing for the halftime performance. That was a lot. So really big shout out to her and just for being that brave to do that, and setting the example for women all across the world that hey, regardless of any limitations that other people could put on you, like yo, I'm Rihanna and I did this.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
A lot of pressure.
See,
Yes.
people like Pierre are very important because you guys capture moments that live on forever, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the times we see videos on, I don't know, maybe your favorite page, let's say NFL page, NBA page, and of course they all have videographers, photographers, and they'll use a video or an image over and over again, and it's an image and video that gets seen over millions of thousands of platforms, a bunch of people's pages, but it's always so cool to realize and know the person that was actually picking that footage up.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I saw a lot of that from you this Super Bowl weekend, bro. You the man, bro.
Appreciate it. I was really geeked with Rihanna because her and I share the same birthday.
Oh.
Did you tell her that?
You a rude
I
boy.
didn't get a
Pisces.
chance to tell her, but
You,
Come on, rude boy.
rude boy,
Come on, rude boy.
so on your birthday, you be singing birthday cake?
Nah, but
Oh,
I
that was
comment.
pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Nah, for real, that's
Good
his
reference,
vibe.
good reference.
How you do that?
I
you
don't.
be doing the dance too?
Nah, I don't
When
do
you
the
put your
dance.
hand in the air and
Nah,
shit?
Nah, but sing it.
Imagine Pierre singing birthday cake is weird.
He want that. Cake, cake.
yo. But nah, I comment on her post and all that on her
You think
birthday.
she's seen it?
Probably not. But
Yeah, Pierre,
know.
calm that shit down. Hold on.
nah.
Just show
Gotta
love.
stay respectful. But yeah, when she
Right,
waved at my
right.
camera, I was geeked. I was like, wow, this is really happening right now. And it was also interesting because I pretty much I was gonna say I'm pretty much family now. Because the next day I was with
Okay, see, this is when we get a little carried
Hold
away.
on. Nah, I love you. You need a mic every week. This nigga went
This
from
is the
Mike B.
definition of-
That nigga said, yo, I was with Mike B the other day. He was real cool. And then I was with Ashanti. She smelled good. But Ree, that's fam.
We're cousins.
That's famo.
No, I said the fan part because I wound up being on assignment with ASAP.
Okay.
And ASAP was real cool. Him
He
and his
got to
team was
work.
real cool.
He got to work.
Yeah.
He got right back in it.
Yep.
Right,
Yep.
check right back in the game. Looked like Patrick Mahomes after halftime. He
Yeah,
ain't waste no time. But
Yeah, I
continue.
guess. Apparently, that's what happened.
Continue.
But yeah, no. I was on assignment for him. I wasn't the original person, dedicated to him, but kind of roles shifted at work, and then I just got on assignment for him, and
What does assignment
so
entail?
so pretty much this halftime show, there are a lot of A-list celebrities, a lot of big name people there, and me and my coworkers, we kind of split up who's doing what, and kind of things changed last minute where one of my coworkers couldn't get to the spot that ASAP was at. So I just texted the group. I was like, hey, I'm close. I'll just key in on him for halftime. So I found him, followed him, and he got to where he was positioned at to watch the performance. And if you could imagine me with two phones in my hand, right? Both arms outstretched. Right
Like you on a
hand,
cross?
like I'm on a cross.
Okay.
Right hand with the phone to ASAP, getting his reaction. Left hand with the phone to Rihanna getting the performance. It was fire.
Oh wow.
I almost had like an
Yeah.
out of body experience.
Yeah.
What?
But yeah, I don't know how it
You
translated
go
on
cross-eyed
TV.
off that, though?
Nah, I
Yeah, how
didn't
you
go
was doing that
He
though?
was on, one was left, one was right.
because you gotta have broad shoulders. And
Okay.
you
All
gotta
right.
work out.
Nah,
you
flex.
know what I mean?
All right.
Not flex. You right.
Especially when you're doing it for the fam. Now you gotta
know?
make sure you capture the fam's best moments.
With
I get
everything you got.
Always.
But no, it was a really cool experience. A lot of times people ask me, hey, like, have you ever met artists or people who kind of, came off like a-hole-ish?
Yeah.
And I'm privileged to say, thank God I've never experienced that with anybody that I've worked with, or anybody that I've been around that's like an A-list celebrity or an athlete. So, yeah, man.
That's dope, man. Well, shout out to you for bringing us behind the scenes, because a lot of people, they don't realize, like, I saw some of the footage that you captured with your phone, with your eyes, with your talent all over social media, right? I saw the ASAP Rocky walking through the crowd videos, the Rihanna, like, I saw it all, and I knew it was you, but, you know, you being the humble guy that you are, you're like, hey, you know, don't really put that out there, and it's not for me to put out, like, you know, those are your accomplishments, that's for you to share, so I just want to highlight.
Tweeting, I know Pierre.
Yeah.
And we're like, come on, we don't care.
So yeah, shout out to you for bringing those moments to life, and also bringing your experiences to the pod, because there's a lot of people listening who, you know, they have grown with the podcast. So going back to episode 50 or 40, whenever you came on board, when you weren't in these positions and you weren't in these rooms, it's just nice to kind of see the growth and you being able to come back and just share with us. So shout out to you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. And one thing I'll say too, I remember before I got into this whole thing, I would always ask myself, all right, like, what am I afraid of in terms of, like, you know, what I'm going to do in life? And the thought hit me. It's like, you know, I shouldn't really be afraid of anything. More so, I should be afraid of succeeding in the thing that I'm not supposed to. And that just made me think of, okay, from now on, whatever I find my hands, like, touching or whatever I find myself doing, just make sure I enjoy it. And if I don't, then, you know, is it really worth continuing to do? So I find it now that most of the things that I find myself doing, I really enjoy it. So that's where I give all myself to.
That makes me think of something that struck me so hard, like Lauren London's interview with Angie Martinez on her podcast, like the most recent one. Yeah. And Lauren said, like, Angie Martinez asked like a really great question, and then Lauren's answer was like, throughout life, like, all I want, I just don't want to miss my mark. Like, I just don't want to miss the thing that I'm here to do. Yeah. And I'm just like, I feel the same, because, like, we're doing all this shit and, like, we're taking jobs because they have better paychecks and all this stuff, like posting stuff. And, like, you really have to think about, like, okay, do I really want to do this? Does God really want me to do this? And you'll feel it. So, oh, my God, yeah.
Like, is it coming out of ego or purpose?
Right, exactly,
Yeah. I love that a lot, too.
I love that.
Yeah.
So speaking of the Super Bowl, Rihanna, we haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if y'all watched the game. Reggie, did you see all the home runs that was hit?
Don't do my homegirl like that, because she's getting better. No, I don't like that.
I just
I can't
make
believe
sure
y'all
she was
still
good.
find out those type of
No,
jokes
my
funny.
fault, bro. Like,
Yo,
did
You see when Shaq dunked it?
You
too?
saw
Like,
Steph Curry
No, I didn't.
hit
No,
the
I
three?
didn't.
Ain't shit
Nah,
funny.
I did not.
okay.
Keep
my
going,
fault.
keep
You
How
just
was the
see
game though? Y'all enjoyed the game. Y'all
was a
enjoyed the
good game.
festivities.
I ain't gonna lie, very good Super Bowl. Very entertaining. I'm glad it wasn't, you know, super low scoring. I'm glad it wasn't a blowout. You know, everybody's attention was really on the halftime performance.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. How'd y'all feel about the halftime performance? You know, been a while since we saw Rihanna. Any thoughts? Anything?
I mean, just to piggyback off of what Pierre had said
Yeah.
about, you know, the strength of women being able to perform at a high level while being pregnant.
Yeah.
That's always amazing to me. It's like I could never. I would want to sleep somewhere, curl up in a ball, and not show my face. But I can't imagine what that was like. I think, you know, it was nice to see Rihanna.
Yeah.
You know, it was nice to see Rihanna. Nice to hear her. I think that, you know, as far as the game went, the script was scripting. I ain't gonna lie, bro. These niggas talk about the
Which
script,
part
and the
are you
script
talking
was
about?
scripting, bro.
Which part you
Like,
talking
I can't. They keep making this guy win, and I'm a Tom Brady fan, and I don't want that legacy to be like. You know, I don't want it to even be comparable, but the script is scripting, and somehow they let this nigga win. On one leg, they shot him in the foot with the most powerful drugs on earth.
You can
Like,
always-
bro, if you shot me with that shit right now, we can record this podcast for 19 hours straight.
Turtle.
Like, whatever it was,
Little turtle.
clearly it was, I won't go as far to say rigged, but
Definitely wasn't.
the people who wrote this season's
Niggas didn't write this
outline, the plot, they got it right. They did what they were
deserve an
supposed to
Emmy.
do.
You know, I'm seeing a lot of that online, and it's funny because even live gaming events have producers, right? But again, a producer is not really writing out, yo, you gonna make a
Alex.
jump shot here.
Yo,
You
Till
gonna
this
pass
day.
the ball at 5:40. Like,
until like today, this year, you hoop.
what do you mean?
You hoop ever so often with your guys.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen you. I've
Sure.
seen the do-rag.
Yeah.
You look like young LeBron. Like, I know when the do-rag is on, you dropping 30
Yes,
on
it's
niggas.
giving LeBron. Yes.
Like,
Five,
when I
word.
used to see you, I didn't know you could hoop like
Yeah,
that.
like a quadruple
But now,
double.
when you put the silky on,
on.
I know niggas got to watch out. Young John Morant.
Morant.
Now,
Right. Where you going with this?
I'm sure you've been injured. I'm sure you've rolled the ankle. Fuck, sub, get me out. I know you felt that agony before, bro.
Nah.
Ain't nothing in the world that
Yo,
could get you
listen.
back on that concrete.
That's not true.
That's
when
facts.
you really want something, you tuck the pain.
I mean, when you're at the Super Bowl, I
Yo,
feel like he would act.
But he
accordingly.
didn't limp.
All right, so Savon, what you doing in that scenario? So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, he kind of came in the game with a lingering ankle injury, and specifically during the halftime around
He
this
re-injured it
He re-injured
mid-game.
Mid-game.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was kind of limping off field.
He was screaming
Nah,
in
he was-
agony and
yeah,
pain.
agonizing
He was,
pain.
fuck!
He was on the sideline.
Okay,
like,
y'all ain't never did that with y'all girl and got back with her?
What?
What?
Look, sit on that.
What?
Sit on that. You never yelled out. You
Sit
never
on
yelled
that.
out in agony
Don't
and
ask
pain.
me if I did something with my girl and then say, sit on that.
My fault. Stand
cool.
on it.
All right.
Y'all ain't never, you ain't never, oh my God, just a shout of agony, and then you went right back to her. The whole point I'm trying to make is how you feeling in the moment ain't gonna dictate what you really do.
Okay.
Don't let that go over your head.
Okay.
You know what
All
I'm
right, I
saying?
see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, now Peep, save on. Let me put you in that scenario. Okay. Everybody in the world. Okay. Everybody in the world talking about Philadelphia Eagles. If you ask anyone in the world, yo, who was going to win the Super Bowl before Super Bowl came? Eagles. They got the best defense. Yo, Eagles. They've been killing all year. Yo, Jalen Hurts, he didn't want Eagles. You don't think he heard all of that? Now, if you say, Vaughn, what are you doing in that scenario? You going to really just, play the bench?
Nah, I think he played a phenomenal game. I just think that there should be questions on how you heal an ankle that fast.
God.
Like, nah, bro. I
was singing
I
gospel.
prayed over a fucked
You
up
ain't
knee
pray hard
before.
enough. You ain't
I
pray hard
prayed over a sprained finger, bro.
Nah, you
it
ain't doing
don't
enough
heal
gospel.
no faster over the prayer.
Nah, your prayer
It
was
helped,
tight.
like it helps,
Let me hear
right?
your prayer. Let me hear your prayer start. Let me
But
hear
the
your
prayer don't
start.
like. I know Andy Reid. That nigga don't look like a man that gets busy on the prayer, bro.
Nah, he like he pray.
He eat, but he don't pray like that.
Yeah,
The
facts.
nigga get busy on the. Nah, that's his brand. He like eating. He always talk about cheeseburgers and shit. Fat ass nigga be like, yo, I
crazy.
can't wait
Oh
to
my
eat it,
God.
bro. He says it. It's
Oh my
not,
God.
bro. Y'all
This
always
is all
do this to me.
Savon. This is not me.
This is all documented on YouTube. If you look up Andy Reid's favorite meal, he go say a cheeseburger in Kansas City.
Nah, that's a fact.
Look at his weight.
Nah, yo, that don't got nothing to do with
But
it.
he says it.
You right.
Like 1 + 1 = 2, right?
Yo,
Fat
Reggie.
nigga plus cheeseburgers equals
Help.
like.
Reggie,
I'm
I wanted
sorry.
to get your thoughts on the Super Bowl performance.
Huh?
I wanted to get your thoughts on Rihanna's halftime
Performance.
performance. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think y'all said it. Like, I think
Yeah, we
we needed a moment to process like what just happened because people were like, "Wait, is she pregnant or does she have like just the postpartum belly?" Like, we don't want to say anything offensive, but then when you really sit and think about it, like people were really criticizing like, "Oh, she didn't even dance that much. She didn't even move around that much." But when you really sit and think about it, like, why are we complaining about anything that she did? Like,
I
let us
agree.
take the amazing performance that she
Yeah.
gave us.
Yeah.
The dancers were on point. Even
Yeah.
the videographers were on point. It was a surreal moment. And she's pregnant,
Yeah.
and it was so nice to hear her again and really realize that she was a soundtrack to like a lot of our formative years. I thought it was great.
That's a good
I
point.
was very happy.
I gotta be honest. I might not be that bright.
Wait, what do you
I might not be that bright. So,
what do you mean?
Reggie, it took me the longest to realize she was pregnant. Cause look, cause
She started off like
I'm
this.
one of them. I'm one of them. I don't give a fuck if you got a little, you know what I mean, down there. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That face is that face. I mean, so I'm not a guy that looks at a woman's body and just be going, yo, maybe she look a little fat.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
nah, I think she got
But
a
like,
bit.
I feel like
is
there's
she
a difference
pregnant?
between like
I ain't know.
belly fat and but like the shape of it was such a belly bump. I
It
mean,
was,
like a
it was,
pregnancy
it
bump.
was giving ASAP
Look,
spun that.
I thought that was just Rihanna was just been chilling since she had the kid. And I wouldn't have been mad at that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad.
I wouldn't have been mad at
What
that.
gave it away to me or the
Yeah.
people that was watching it with me was just the lack of movement. Like you could tell she didn't have free range of motion.
Right.
and the
a lot
chord
of
was a
people
little like, like this.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
It was like cute. It was a
Right.
great performance, and again, the fact that she was able to pull that off,
Yeah.
salute to her and anybody who's able to do that.
Are you guys able to name a performance that Rihanna has done in the past that you were like completely wowed by? And I'm just asking out of curiosity, right? Because I do know performers like Beyonce or Chris Brown, like we've kind of had those staple performances where we go like, yo, it's ingrained in our head. Do we have that for Rihanna?
I have this one.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know which award show it was at. I'm assuming BT or
'Cause you've been at all of them.
VMA. Oh my goodness, it was like around
Outside.
2015, 2016 or something like that, where she brought mad people up on the stage, and it was very like,
It's like a culture
basement
mash,
party,
right?
basement party ass. She had like a long ass do rag on.
Right.
I forgot what year because I want people to like look at it.
Yes.
Like
I remember
it was
there was, like, reggae
amazing.
music
Yes,
incorporated.
yeah. And everyone was going crazy as if it was like a bashment. Like it was like
Gotcha.
that's definitely something where I'm like. That's like my top #1 performance of Rihanna's of all time.
Got you. You know, I'm surprised, like how Reggie said, what people said about their feedback on it. You know, this young lady was pregnant and catapulted into the air.
Yeah.
And you know that little thing she was performing on,
It was a little wobbly.
That thing was wobbling a little bit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I think that was very impressive. I think a lot of the times, again, us as viewers, and if you haven't really worked in production, most people, to be honest with you, most people, when you haven't worked in production and you don't really see how things done and you just view things as a fan, you might not really appreciate what it takes to do some of these things because we see it so easily on TV. Being up in the sky like that, performing, that is no
and the
easy
pressure,
task.
like
For
it's like
sure.
such a big stage, like
For
such
sure.
100 million people tuning in, and she just did it with like obviously like the poker face that she has.
Nah, and she was still shaking booty.
She was dancing, like
Pregnant booty is crazy to be
I'm
shaking.
telling
I ain't
you.
gonna lie,
I'm
but
telling
only
you.
she could get it off.
Nah, I like when pregnant
She
booty
could get it
shake.
off. She could get it off. I'm not mad
You
at
gotta
that.
be happy for the new youth on the way.
For sure.
All in all, though, I like the performance.
Shout out to ASAP Rocky too, man.
Yeah.
No, for real. You gotta shout that man out. Like I love a guy. I admire
He won.
men who could put their women in front and be okay with themselves.
Yeah.
Like I think he really walks in that, and that's super dope.
Yeah.
Like he lets her have every single moment that she's supposed to have. He never tries to overshadow it. He never does anything to really take away from her moments. And I think a lot of people don't give him enough credit for that. Like there was a lot of jokes when they first started dating, and oh, she wants to be with Drake or this guy or that guy, or whatever. But I think ASAP, he stood tall, stood by his woman, and he lets her be great.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
I
like,
mean, is he not supposed to? Like
A lot of men egos don't even allow them to do that.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely true. But I think like the fact that he does that, like, yes, it is like, you know, I'm very happy he does that, but it's kind of like, well, that's what you're like supposed to do. Like you're just supposed to let your woman be great, you be great as well. But I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying like men, if your woman is flourishing, like, you know, just let her shine. Like Rihanna, that's your Rihanna right
like
there.
I remember I was like just before she got on the stage while they were setting up the you know, the rafters and stuff, not the rafters, but the stage for her to perform.
Right.
I was like, yo, how you feel? He was like, man, I forget what he said exactly verbatim, but the sense I got was he was on top of the world, and you could see it through
Aw.
like
He just
everything
elated.
that
Yeah. Like
it was fire.
it's dope being a stay-at-home dad.
Nah,
Like
for
that
real.
shit fire, bro.
Like Corday.
Bro, that's so
Chad
that's
and
so
Ocho.
hard. Like who doesn't want to be in that position to kind of
Would
support?
you guys like to be a stay? Like, okay, all jokes aside, like,
Nah.
would you guys, right? Like, you
I
wouldn't.
mean,
I gotta be in the field.
Yeah, you would want to work.
I gotta be in the field.
I mean,
What about you, Alex?
A stay-at-home dad, like
All right, how much money she got?
She's like a Naomi Osaka. Like she's like top athlete in the world.
All right,
she said what I want to be. I would not want
Like,
to
would you
be.
happily just be like, yeah, I take care of the kids.
Put a number. Hey, put a number on it.
50 million. She's
got-
an athlete worth 50 million.
She got 50? Nah, I can still work.
What?
I can still work.
Guys.
50, you gotta still work.
Hey, yo,
my
look,
God.
look. This is how I look at 50 these days. We adults. Some gonna go to Uncle Sam.
Okay.
Some gonna go to bills and expenses because we living fast. And that might not be the same 50. If you would have said something like, I don't know, 250, I might sit my eyes down.
Sit my ass down.
Sit my-
There's this
after-
old ASAP Rocky interview with Jesus and Miro like years ago, like probably like 5 years ago, and they're like, "Yo, does your family out in Barbados know what you do, or do they know that you are ASAP Rocky?" And he's like, "You know, they know I'm like a artist and stuff, but all they know is that, and what they praise me for is that Rihanna knows me. So because Rihanna's like Barbados' hero, so his family just thinks of Rihanna as this like goddess queen, and now he's with her. I can't imagine what his family's like
Wow.
thinking right now.
ASAP
Like,
is Bayesian?
I think, yeah,
I didn't
I
know
think
that.
he in the interview he was like, yeah, I'm from
Okay,
Barbados.
I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I'm pretty
Wow.
sure.
Wow.
I know
That's
she
crazy.
is. I don't know
Yeah.
if he is. I don't know.
That's
Well, look,
interesting.
yeah,
I'm not
I'll
his
check.
He's from Harlem.
Yeah,
big,
but
big
people
New
be,
York.
yo, say-
Nah, that
Yeah.
nigga from Harlem,
Big
bro.
New York.
That's his ethnicity.
But his like family, yeah.
Nah,
when-
that's dead ass his ethnicity.
No, but
Niggas
when
from
they're-
Harlem, bro, they not from nowhere else but Harlem.
but like they were asking like
New
when
York
you
has
visit your
an
family
ethnicity.
back home, and he was like referencing Barbados. I'm pretty sure.
Telling you that's his race. His race is Harlem.
Okay.
Ask
He is
Cam,
from
bro.
Harlem.
Ask
That's what they
Cameron
identify
Mace.
as.
That nigga Mace was walking into church. Harlem. Harlem. That's why they kicked him out. Nigga was with Hezekiah Walker.
This is the last time I share a story.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't aimed at you.
New York as a race is hilarious.
It's Harlem, bro. It's not even New York, bro.
Harlem as a race.
People from Harlem, they go hard for like I seen it. I was right there. I literally I saw it.
He was.
I would go to the bodega and they was like, "What you want, papi?" I was like, "I just say Harlem. They know what I want." It's
I just say Harlem, they know what I want.
The next nigga coming after me, he says Harlem, and they know what he want.
You are
It be
sick.
completely different sandwich.
You are sick.
Them Harlem niggas is different, bro. Shout out to ASAP Rocky for real. You think he ever asked her for a feature?
I don't know.
I mean, we know the
I mean,
answer.
he did back in the day.
Hey,
I mean,
You mean now?
They doubled up.
oh yeah.
They got the
All
feat.
right,
He got.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all heard the song yet?
Which one?
I mean, I seen the baby.
The Rihanna featuring ASAP joint. You heard that one?
Oh, that's
that
my
one.
bitch.
Oh, they got one?
Wait, isn't that the name of the song?
Wait,
I didn't know they had a
I
song.
didn't even know they had one.
man.
They have one.
Yeah, it came out
exclusive
like
news
last
just
year.
dropped.
It came out
Okay,
last
Reg.
year,
Oh.
and she's in the music video and everything.
Was she kind of like rapping over it? Or she like singing?
It goes
remember
I
that.
don't know
I
if
think she
she was on it.
I think she was just in the video.
I think she was in the video.
Oh,
I think
okay,
she
you're
was in
right.
the video.
Sorry,
She was in the
I
video.
might be wrong.
Yeah, that answers your question, Savon.
You think she charged him to be in the video?
Yeah.
Would you charge your significant
No,
other?
she did. She don't need the money. No.
Nah.
What?
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
If I'm Rihanna, I'm charging everybody. I don't care who you are.
Even your significant other?
Huh?
Nah, he don't.
If I'm Rihanna, yes.
Do y'all want to know what we don't talk about enough? And then
Oh,
we can
God.
kind of move on to the next. Like, she's a legit billionaire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that gets highlighted enough.
not enough.
The fact that she's a legit billionaire
Yeah.
and she's not even 40 years old.
Yeah,
I don't believe. I could be wrong. Fact check me, please.
Yeah, nah,
Somebody
she's
in
not
real
40.
life. But I don't believe
think
she's
Rihanna's
to be 40. But the
She's
fact
not
that she's like a legit billionaire, I think it's so interesting and fascinating
34.
how that is insane. Oh my God, shout out to her.
I was talking to someone yesterday. I think about all of the just celebrities, that were able to be very wealthy at young ages, right?
Billion.
Like being a billionaire in your 30s. Imagine being a multi-millionaire at 20. It's just
And
And
she's
creating
actually
it.
self-made. Like
Yeah,
she
right.
came from Barbados, was signed. Yeah, she really like did that.
And we got to see it. And I think as we continue to get older, like since the last time we recorded, we didn't really talk about it. But LeBron James, he got the scoring record.
Yeah.
It was a record that we never like. If you're a sports fan, basketball, NBA fan, you did not think ever that LeBron James would be the person to break that record. If you even thought it would be broken.
yes, I do.
you thought you knew he was gonna play that for that long, this long?
Nigga. Yeah.
All right. Again, all I'm saying is I think it's a beautiful thing
Yeah.
that we are growing
LeBron.
to see people
Alex really was like, well, actually,
Flourish.
I knew.
Akron.
big Akron.
His name is shit now.
It don't hit the same.
6'8".
Harlem.
St. Vincent St. Mary High School.
Facts. He did that. He
I
did
knew
that.
he was gonna do that.
Single
Salute to
mom.
Bronny.
Single
mom. Name
Fact.
shit.
But yeah, I just think it's kind of cool to see like careers from the start. Like I remember when LeBron was the new guy in the league, and I remember when Rihanna was a new artist. And now to see where they are today, like I just think that's so awesome. And
like
to
yesterday.
highlight billionaires, black billionaires, in today's society, I think it's beautiful. I think it's
Brown a
beautiful.
billionaire?
Braun,
Yeah.
he's worth $1 billion. It may not be on record. I'm pretty sure he's up there.
He the billionaire that I don't like to tell you he's one.
Yeah. He's definitely close to it, if not.
Oh, he's
there.
not yay.
Huh?
Huh?
Who's not who?
He don't. Huh?
Yay, not yay.
Because Ye was, I'm a billionaire.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
no,
everybody
that's different.
moves like that.
That's different. That's
Yeah.
different.
I mean, but he's not one today. So how much of a billionaire was he
Right.
really?
Right.
At
right.
one point, he was.
You get what I'm saying?
Semantics.
That's all it is.
That's
The game of semantics. I always believe that the Super Bowl the day after should be a holiday,
Okay.
but maybe because it's so close to Valentine's Day, it's not. Or because President's Day is the following, it's not. But since we're here on Valentine's Day, Alex, I would love to start with you, my brother, in
What
the gospel.
happened?
I just want to know how your day was, bro.
Inspire us, brother.
Yo, man, I had
Reggie came in here glowing,
Yeah.
so I want to hear about yours too.
Yeah.
Look
We're
at
gonna hear
Reggie.
about yours too.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Nah,
ask,
I was gonna get to me
You're
next.
gonna ask.
I was gonna get to me next.
We tell
Yeah.
stories.
Now I spent the salute to all the lovers loving they self.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent the day loving me.
You gotta love you.
Yeah, right, say? Because
Nobody-
but who gonna love me first? Me.
Your mom.
No, I said me. What? She could be mad at me one of them days. What is you talking about? Me. I come first when it come to loving me. So yeah, man, I took the day for myself, man.
Wholesome man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting on my resume. So yeah, man, bought myself some food, went to work. It was a normal day for me. You know, I almost gave somebody a shout out on air. I couldn't catch Sway in the morning though. And I couldn't make it Sway in the afternoon. So, you know, I kept it to myself.
Sway in the afternoon.
Yeah, now, you know, so I had a very normal day, treated myself well. You know, I might have seen, you know, no, I actually didn't see anyone. Went right home after work.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Beautiful.
I don't believe you. But
Why you don't
all right.
believe? No.
I
I put
believe
this.
him.
I put this
I
on
believe
everything I love.
I believe.
No,
I
yeah,
didn't
because
see-
if he
I
was
put this on
hiding
everything
something from us, we could
Y'all
like
know me.
tell.
Y'all
He
know
just
me.
wouldn't say it. He'd be
Y'all
like,
know
nah,
me.
y'all don't need to know.
Yeah, y'all know me. I would have said it.
I don't know.
Why you blushing?
Huh?
Why you blushing?
Because I love me.
He makes himself blush.
Nah, but you know what though? What I liked, and I really did cater to myself this year because I did see a lot less people bitter this year. Which is always a good thing, right? You know, usually if you don't have a Valentine, you're not in a relationship.
Everyone's like, fuck Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I didn't want to be on that this year.
Are you usually on that?
Hmm?
I feel like you're not.
I don't be.
You're not a hater. Like,
I'm
you're
not
really
a.
not.
I'm not a hater, but you know me. I don't like doing what everybody else is doing. But I'm
Right.
learning, you know, some of the times it don't got to be about that. It don't got to be about you. Sometimes it's about the person you're dealing with and the love. You're doing it for the love. Fuck the day. You're doing it for the love. You know, I'm getting better. So, yeah.
Growth.
Yeah. Actually, I gave a family member a rose, though.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's
Who?
nice.
Wholesome. Can't wait to hear y'all. So.
A family member who?
Hmm?
Who?
Don't worry about that.
Wait.
Chill.
You can't just say
What do you
that and
mean by
not give us
family
the
member?
details. Like,
Chill. Family member.
It wasn't even me this time. Shout out to Pierre. I let him get it off.
Chill.
I let him get
It's
it
a
off.
family member.
That's what's up. I'm not mad at
You don't
that.
got family friends?
Pierre, I would love to know what your week looked like because you just finished doing all this work from 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight. You land off the plane. As soon as you land off the plane, it's Valentine's Day.
oh yeah,
How was that?
it was amazing.
Was it?
It was amazing.
Why you switching your voice?
Hey,
like
yo,
that?
yeah, I know.
Wait, hold up.
Yo,
Okay,
Alright.
smooth operator.
Yo,
Yo, Reggie, hold up. We gonna skip this
I'm a
thing.
little uncomfortable.
Word, me too.
Yo, why you turning to Bobby Womack? Fix your voice, nigga.
Nah, it was cool. It was real cool. Real cool.
He said it was amazing.
Got a little sexy, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Got a lot of sexy actually.
All right.
But no, it was a great time. It was a great time.
What you did? What you
great
did?
time.
Rose battles? What you did?
I did all that.
How you freaked it?
I did all that.
Word?
You had the time?
What do you mean? It's
Like
make-
you had
you
the
make
time to
time.
plan. Like
Oh, yeah,
after,
yeah.
after work and
Listen.
being tired and working and you still made the time
Yeah,
to
bro,
take
I
care
got-
and be attentive and
Yes.
all of the
You know what they say? If they could, they would.
Yeah, and he could. And
Bitches
he
do
can.
love saying that.
You know that's their favorite shit.
I love that
If
for
he
you.
wanted to, he would.
Like,
I hate that line.
I hate that
I really hate that line.
Oh my God, I hate
We
that
need
line.
to abolish
We
it.
need
I
to
know
abolish
why
it.
men hate it because women use it in the most like spiteful way.
OD.
But it's facts though. Like it's true.
Okay,
It's
that's
true.
not
Like the
facts,
sentiment,
though.
it's
Let's-
like the
let's
We
sentence.
work, we work
What?
hard though.
I'm trying to build an empire.
The sentence itself does make sense. If he wanted to, he would. Like, don't beg for a dinner. If he wanted to give you dinner, he
But
would.
I don't got the
No, no,
time right now.
No, that's not true. Don't say that, Savon. 'cause
Savon,
always
you
make
would
time.
I don't
time.
have the
No, no,
time
no, no,
sometimes.
That's not true. There is truth in this statement, Reggie.
Okay, yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't want to discredit
Yo, you
that.
backdoored me to be on her side.
man, I'm about
No,
to-
I know,
what
I-
happened
no,
to
he's
the
about to be on
code,
your-
bro? What happened to the
That's
code?
crazy.
Savon, he's about to be on your side. Watch.
That's crazy.
You know, Savon, you got to lead with love. I led with love.
All right, I'm
okay.
following.
So there is truth in that sentiment. Absolutely.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I don't like. You know, life factors happen a lot of the time.
Word.
And I'm not saying it should happen all the time when he should be doing something for you. But I don't agree with that. What if life happens? So many of the times, you know, there's a phrase in the good Bible, man proposes, God disposes. Let me break that parable down for you. That's meaning a lot of the time as humans, you know, we have a schedule, we have a plan for how we want things to go down. And then here come the Lord. Deviate that whole day away from you. You thought it was going to go left, it went right.
Fact.
You get what I'm saying? Thought it was going to go right, it went left. You get what I'm saying? I'm speaking in the tongues today. Y'all got to keep up.
For reference, that is Proverbs 19, 21 through 23.
Thank you.
Okay,
I
Alex.
wasn't lying.
I thought that was the book of A.
No, no, no.
Hey.
no.
I thought that was your boss.
I put it in that book. I
Oh,
plagiarized.
you really okay?
He in
mad
it.
at that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not mad at
plagiarized.
that.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I think the phrase is used in two ways. Like one way is like when a girl really wants a guy to act a certain way, and like girls are like, "Yo, if he wanted to treat you a certain way, he would." Like stop begging, like stop like asking for something that he just doesn't want to do. Like that's the phrase
But
that
what
like
if he depressed?
yeah,
And,
no,
like,
no, exactly.
What
so,
if he depressed and like you?
No,
You have to
another
have a
way, another
podcast.
thing is like, oh,
Facts, I
I
like
want
that.
this guy to give me more attention, but he's really going through something like a death in the family. He's depressed. Like, then he really does want to, but he can't. And like sometimes people don't understand that. But I see what I definitely see what you're saying.
Or he just doesn't know how to.
All right,
A
now,
lot of-
well, then
you too
fix that. You a
That's
grown
on
ass
you.
man.
Yeah,
A
I
lot
can't
a
give
lot
that
of
to him.
times
I can't give
too.
that to him.
I can't. A lot of times, I'm gonna just say it. Sometimes women don't. I was trying to find a politically
You're like,
correct
fuck
way.
it.
Yeah, a lot of times, like men and women think that the other person knows what they're thinking or what they want, but
Sure.
they don't.
That's very valid.
Why not
yeah.
just communicate?
Some people like
Yeah.
think that the other person is like a mind reader.
Yeah.
I definitely see what you're saying, but it's also like, okay, let's say I want my man to spoil me, and then my man's excuse is, I don't know how to spoil a woman. Like that's not really like it's like okay,
Yeah, like, figure
I
it
don't
out.
know.
Like,
Yeah, like it. But then I
okay.
get what you're saying, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then his excuse could be like, wait, I didn't even know you like to be spoiled like that. So I get like both sides, but
Because like you could try stuff and then miss at the same time. You know what I mean? But like,
That's a good point.
Like, what's the point? Or why would it be so hard for
Yeah.
a woman or a man to be like, hey, I would really like this, or hey, these are the things that I kind of like, and then take it from there.
Or,
no, that's very valid. Yeah, that's very valid.
or maybe
like,
our
to
love
do that.
languages are different. So things that I do to show love, you don't view them as that. And then you go complain to whoever you're complaining to. But like there's so many factors.
group chat?
Yeah, right? It's
No,
just so many factors.
Yeah,
that
love
go into this
languages
shit.
are very important because, like, I know for example, just me, like, gifts isn't very high on my love languages. So my man knows not to just fucking throw gifts at me all day. Like, he knows, like, I don't care. Like, he would rather, like, take me on a, like, trip or something like that, like a dinner. Like, he knows I appreciate that more.
Yeah.
So
You wanna
definitely
know-
communicate.
You want to know a secret? I found out that most people not give away, but you can tell someone's love language by how they treat you or the things that they do for you. If they don't know, the whole understanding of love languages. So like,
Right.
say if my number one love language was quality time.
Right.
I meet Beyonce, and then all of a sudden I'm
He
giving
flexing
Beyonce
it,
quality time. But
okay.
that's not her. That's not her love language. That's not what fills her tank.
Right.
I could
She's an
be-
acts of service girl.
I could be
Right.
expending all my energy trying to do that, but that's not what she likes.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of that, yo. Because I feel like, if a person likes you, you should be able to tell, or that person. Should
If
be
you
able to
really pay
communicate it.
attention, you could tell. like-
Absolutely, but I just feel like a person can want you, like you, and then also have mad other factors going on.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is for me.
I agree. I believe is you got to be in the season or of the mindset to learn and unlearn.
For sure.
Like if you're not willing to learn and unlearn some things,
bar.
then you're not really gonna be able to fulfill.
I'm trying to
or
learn
fill
how you
anybody's-
spent your Valentine's Day.
My shit was
That was good. That was good.
good.
Spin that. Go ahead.
It was good. I had a good time.
That's
I
it.
enjoyed myself. Yeah.
Had a
Not
good
the
time.
fucking media training.
What do you
Had a good time
mean?
doing what?
I enjoyed myself.
Okay.
I had dinner.
Okay. Had dinner. Thank
Right,
you.
okay.
But what'd you
Wait,
eat?
what'd you guys
Yeah,
eat?
where'd you go?
I had dinner.
What'd you guys?
Beef.
Okay.
Beef was 8.
Okay.
Why can't you say like steak? Why can't you say steak?
No, because he might mean
Nah,
beef.
you gotta listen to exactly what he said. He said beef
I
was
got
8.
Bro.
By who?
I
Copy.
ate. I
By
like.
who?
I consumed food. That was
Okay.
it. It was a good time.
Good ambiance.
Music, ambiance is always phenomenal whenever I walk into a room.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
it was a good time. I enjoyed Valentine's Day. It was
amazing.
another day. Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad it was well spent.
For sure. It wasn't as great as yours because I didn't need the gospel the next day. But, I definitely enjoyed myself. And it was nice to see everybody be filled with, like, love. Like, I think, for real, like, just being on the algorithm. So I do want to actually take a quick turn.
Yeah.
So there was somebody in my neighborhood, somebody I grew up with over this past weekend. He passed away. So rest in peace to Khalik.
Sending love to your
Friend Zone
family.
League. You know what I'm saying? So seeing his passing, it kind of brought my community and the town that I grew up in.
Yeah.
Everybody was just paying their homage and respect and honoring him throughout the weekend. So this was the first time that I was able to look at Valentine's Day with a different view because I was able to just be grateful for life. I was able to be grateful to talk to the people that I loved and now they're in my life because of this untimely passing. You know, it was just it was unfortunate. So that was like the silver lining for me. So normally I'm of the belief of, oh, this is the holiday created by the man, and the man is going to spend money, and we don't need this, and we don't. And, you know, I kind of I removed myself from it this year, and I just looked at it for what it was. And it's just people wanting to be loved and people wanting to feel
Share
love.
Yeah.
And I saw like a lot of women who weren't in relationships. It was Valentine's Day, right? Where they get up with their homegirls. And exactly. So for me, I looked at Valentine's Day. I approached it a little bit differently than I have in the past. So that's what I did this year.
I think both sides are valid. Like Dev is somebody, he's not here today, but Dev is somebody who does not celebrate Valentine's Day at all because he has that view of like, which is valid, like, oh, why do I need somebody to tell me, hey, this is the day to buy your girl shit, take her out on a date, and post a picture. Like he's like, that's very valid, and I get that side, but me, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. And this is my first real relationship, so it's not even based on like romantic relationships. I just always loved seeing people like I love seeing like moms buying their daughters like little candy bags. Like I've always loved that. Yeah. So I definitely I love scrolling on the timeline and liking all y'all's cute shit. I love that. So
now,
yeah,
I like that, right? And I can tell that you're used to being loved on, right? Which is a good thing.
I do think I was thinking about it, and I think that I feel this way because my parents did. You know, we didn't come from like a lot, but they always gave me like attention. They always like came to my recital. Like that was very regular for me. So that's why I just love seeing like love.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to put a quick disclaimer out. Listen, man. The rest of y'all brothers that don't do nothing all year and still don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day, you're shit. Oh, this conversation is not for you. Because a few of y'all motherfuckers, I don't like Valentine's Day. Damn, well, you don't like it any other day either. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are shit. You're not involved in this.
Yeah, that's also a point too. Like it's I see why it's frustrating to be like, yo, don't force me to do something on Valentine's Day. I get it, but it's also like,
damn,
you can't buy a rose for your girl. Like just come on, like.
But one rose ain't enough.
Oh no, I see that, but I'm just talking to the bare minimum.
You pull up to your shorty with one rose and nothing else.
Tough.
That's
I'm talking to the bare
day.
minimum folks who hate Valentine's Day. Like, can you not get your girls flowers? Like, come on, guys.
You gotta break it down. If you got a girlfriend, if you have a girlfriend, if you have a wife, go get that bouquet. Okay?
The nice one.
The nice one. If it's just a young lady that you might have had some relations with, you guys are kind of cool, grab them a few roses.
Yeah.
I just think you can't go wrong with flowers. For any guys listening that don't know what to do, I just think if you get a pretty flower arrangement, like, you can't go wrong. It feels really good. Like,
Spend the money, man. Y'all spend more on bullshit.
And change up the colors. They ain't always got to be red the whole time. It can be red and white, red and yellow.
Come on, throw white in there.
Oh, yeah, like a little colorful bouquet. Oh, she's going to love it.
Ask me how I know.
In there.
That's what I did.
He's like, ask me what I did, guys.
You had carnations in your shit, right?
I had red and yellow.
Come on, man.
Oh,
red and yellow?
Cute.
Yeah, red and yellow.
Come on.
Make a little nice.
Sunflowers, you know?
I like when you drop your voice. That's your sexy voice.
Hey.
You was using that shit last night?
That was your Valentine's Day voice?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You woke up just talking like that.
That's just how
Cooking breakfast. Butt ass.
Butt ass.
you cook
And
breakfast.
imagine wifey's like, why are you talking like that, Pierre?
Hey, wifey, if you listening.
Oh, my gosh. I'm uncomfortable.
Nah, you know she listening.
Make sure when I come home.
Oh, my God.
That's probably how you talk on the phone. He was at the airport, leaving the Super Bowl. He was filled with all of this testosterone from all of these football players.
Being around all these men.
Hey, yo, baby. Make sure when I come home.
And lastly, Reggie, was your Valentine's Day well spent?
Yes, so I have a little story. So, I wanted to do something nice for my man. I want to, just play my part. He did the whole, like, hotel, dinner, presents, everything last year. So I was like, babe, like, this year, let me just, what?
She took him out.
No, I didn't. So I was like, what would my boyfriend really appreciate? Like, I don't like looking at like what Valentine's Day is to people and be like, oh, we should do that. We should put the rose petals on the fucking hotel, and just because people told us that's what's cute. I'm like, honestly, I don't think that wouldn't really be us if you know our vibe. So I was like, I feel like he would really he loves Korean barbecue. And that's not even because I'm Korean. Like we have known. I knew that was gonna. I thought you guys were gonna say it.
Nah, we
I thought
gonna
you
let
guys
you get it
were-
all.
I was about to say, you sure you're not pandering?
I know, yeah. I was like, I try to get ahead of the joke. Fuck. So we were like social media friends for years before we started dating,
Those are
and
the best.
literally one of our first conversations was about Korean barbecue. Like I looked at it like a couple of days ago. I was like, oh, he loves it. That's one of our favorite dates. I was like, I should do it because I'm an expert in Korean barbecue. Because I don't know if you guys know, but I'm Korean. So so all week, you guys know by now, the audience and you guys, I love surprises. Like I went through a whole thing to surprise you guys with Korean fried
Yes.
chicken and little keychains from Paris. Like I love that shit. That's my shit. So all week, I'm also like a detail-oriented person. So I was like, I'm gonna buy every little seasoning, every little side dish, because Korean barbecue, you have a million side dishes. And I was so excited. I have a nice little table grill. We're gonna have the whole experience at home because in the comfort of our own home.
Wow.
And then this is I have a reason why I'm sharing this because it's very like
Take
so
notes.
Regina. Like it's such a Regina story. Like I was spending all week like, babe, you're gonna love your surprise. Like and him, he's not a really big surprise guy, but he likes seeing me happy surprising people. So he's like, I'm gonna just let you do it. Go. Like I'm gonna appreciate it. Just go. Like he was supporting me, being all excited. I couldn't stop talking about it, and then I pull up. I think I was planning it for Monday. Valentine's Day was Tuesday, but I wanted to do it Monday. I spent the whole weekend with him, and then on Friday I pull up. And I had like a huge bag because he lives far from me, and I could have taken an Uber, but that's just not efficient because he's really far. So I was on public transportation with huge bags.
Look.
Tough.
Took
And
40
then-
days, 40 nights for her man.
Yeah,
Y'all could
like
never.
huge bag. My arms were hurting and like.
love.
You got a workout?
But then the Korean barbecue, what you do is you put the raw meat on the grill. So I was carrying all of his favorite like things that he likes to order when we go out. Like he likes the kalbi, he likes this certain cut of steak. So I got all that, and like I was like, wait, so it takes like really long to get there. I don't know if I could be carrying this around. I have to stop to get ice. So I was like, I stopped. see, it's already like, see how ridiculous I am? Like, see, why am I doing this?
Nah,
Like,
that's
Somebody
fine.
could
No.
like animate this.
yes, right? Okay, so I was stopping somewhere in the city to get ice, and I was like, wait, I need a plastic bag. So I stopped to get a huge plastic bag, put the raw meat in the ice, and create a little refrigerator for it. And I'm like on the train with it. I'm like, okay, this is going great. Oh my God, he's gonna be so happy. And then I'm texting him like, babe, I have your surprise. Don't look at the bag. And then when he gets there to pick me up from the station, the bags were so heavy. I was literally sweating, and my arms, like I have like bruises like here from carrying it. And I was like, the ice is making so much noise. Let me take out the big plastic bag with the ice, put it here. And I'm running to his car because I'm excited to see him. It's Valentine's Day weekend. I just take out that bag and put it somewhere, and then I run to the car. I'm like, hey babe, what's up? We go home, changing into our home clothes. Yeah, I know. It's obvious now, but we changed to our home clothes. He has his apartment, beautiful apartment, all warm. I'm like, we're like chilling. I'm like, babe. I just look at him like, I did something really bad.
Yeah. This holiday got to be abolished. Look what it got my peoples doing.
Look what it got our people
She's
doing.
the most
I
on-point
le-
person I know.
I left
Look.
the pounds of raw meats at the train station. And I was just heartbroken because I wanted to surprise him so bad. I wasn't even embarrassed. I was just laughing. I was like, this is such a Regina moment. Like, I can't wait to tell the guys on Wednesday.
Reggie, y'all started grilling up veggies? I gotta crack some jokes on that shit. You know I gotta crack some jokes.
They had rabbit food.
She said, go get the ramen out the cabinet, nigga. While the chef up this top ramen. The chicken noodle.
Keep laughing. I'm ready. I was ready for
Y'all was
this.
in there eating mad condiments, right?
Roast me, go. I'm ready for this.
Yo,
Oh, shit. They was just in there
they
eating
had
condiments,
cereal.
huh?
Nah, they had cereal.
Yo, they was in there eating garnish.
Went from Korean barbecue to Korean
Some
soup
lettuce.
real quick.
We're eating sesame oil. No, I'm kidding. So him, and I was just like, I just couldn't believe what was happening because I was like, I was looking forward to this all week.
Wow.
I was like, babe, you're gonna love your surprise dinner.
Wow.
But I told him he's Mr. like problem solver. He's like, okay, let's go get it. He didn't even like look at me. He was like,
Fire.
let's go get it. And then it was sitting outside of a door, like it was sitting outside an entrance, and this wasn't a New York City train station.
I was about
by
to
the
say,
way.
you better
It's
leave
not.
that.
I don't want to
Let
reveal
that-
where he lives, but it was not New York City. It was a nice train station.
area.
It was right where I left it. And I know no one touched it because I sealed the back, like I sealed it with tape and aluminum foil. No one touched it. It was right where we left it, and we had an amazing dinner.
No.
Yo, make sure your spouse
It
live in a
was
good
sealed. I
neighborhood.
swear, before anyone comes, it was sealed like
I'd be
with
too
tape and
paranoid.
everything. Like,
Nah,
no,
but
it was
fine.
not moved. I swear, it was. And
Well,
it was like 5 minutes in between where I left it.
I would like Reggie. She shits at like the gas station, so I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. Shout out to you.
But you know what though? I salute you, man.
Yeah.
The effort.
See that
It was effort.
The
Like,
effort.
it was
the
effort.
effort.
A lot of y'all
effort.
could never, man.
The
a lot
sweat.
Of
Hey,
y'all, a lot
don't
of
do
y'all
that.
could. No. It's okay. No. We need to say it.
Yeah.
We need to highlight the ones that can.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite line? Eat it, eat it. Now let's highlight the people that will and talk shit about those that won't.
Because that's all
real.
it really is. All it really is
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's funny because I was talking to one of my siblings about it. Excuse me. And I told him, I was like, yo, whatever you get from mom, like, bro, it's the thought that counts.
Yep.
Like, it's a legit one of the holidays where it's the thought that counts. And if it's not about the thought, then maybe you got to, like, think about a new partner.
Self-assessed.
Because
Yeah,
it's
they don't
literally,
appreciate, yeah.
like that day, I know we try to make it a whole spectacle on social media and who can outdo who and the roses and whatever the budget.
Yeah.
But like, if you just put thought behind what it is that you get, like, so I didn't buy any flowers for Valentine's Day.
Yo, this nigga's whack.
I didn't need to.
Well, if
like,
the
I
person
didn't-
doesn't like
Now,
flowers,
hold on.
I didn't
He might
need
be the
to.
illest man ever.
I didn't need to buy
Hold on, let's-
flowers.
let's
but
stay here.
It
You need to?
It was a great day.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't even need to buy flowers.
I need to get that ill. Well, I don't
Legit.
gotta buy flowers.
Because it's the thought that counts. You be
Right.
attentive to what it is
Right.
that, the people around you like.
That's a fact.
And I bet, let me serve you in that way.
That's a very good point
Wait,
that y'all
wait,
should
wait.
pick
No,
up.
no
Serve you
flowers.
in that way. What's that way? What do you mean?
Now,
like
that
the-
way. Yeah, that way. You know when the
Yeah.
Migos was, that way.
Mama.
Mama. You know
Yeah.
what I'm, yeah, that way. We from the north. That
yeah.
way.
So that was my fail, guys.
Wow, but you know what? Though? I really salute you, man.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have been in your predicament, right? Like,
What?
trying to-
Niggas ain't
Forgetting
never
me?
left no raw meat at the train station, my boy. I ain't gonna hold you.
My fault.
He tried to shoot a
fault.
bail.
I want to
No.
clarify. It was literally only a few minutes that I left it there. It was not an hour. Like
Okay.
How
I
did
know
meat?
people
How
are-
it taste though?
it was
It had a little
it was,
twang?
No, it
It
didn't.
had no twang to it.
No, it didn't.
A little yeah. Nah, none of that. I just I gotta make sure my people's is good, bro. I don't want her.
Don't be
I
shooting
love
at my
her
homegirl,
man.
Reg.
Nah, I love her man too.
Relax,
like
relax.
they a package in my
Laughing too hard
eyes.
over there,
You know what I'm
P.
saying? I don't view them as individuals, especially when they eating together. So I gotta make sure she good.
Reggie, the predicament I was trying to describe was, just when you're trying to do a lot for your spouse. Nah, you're just trying to do a lot. You're just trying to make the moment special for your significant other.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like things happen and you didn't plan for them to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like how I was saying 20 minutes ago. Hello. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine if he would have been tight.
Yeah.
That it didn't go down the
No,
way.
I was just
You feel what
about
I'm
to say
saying?
when Savon was saying it's
Yeah.
the thought that counts. If let's say I lost everything and I don't know, the bag ripped and I lost the whole dinner.
Right.
You know him. He would not
Yeah.
You wouldn't
feel
been
no
upset.
time.
And-
He would just be so appreciative that I tried. Like
And
that is truly
That's
him.
how you know
yeah.
you're with the right person.
Yep.
That is how you know you're with the right person.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He didn't even. I didn't even have to do anything for Valentine's
the
Day. Yeah.
thought doesn't just count for some people. Some people,
But that's when you gotta reevaluate who you have in your space.
Some people
That's
want
a
the
bar.
thought, the execution,
Yeah.
and the accolades
The
that
whole
come with
kit
it.
and caboodle.
Yeah.
Do y'all
yo.
know that
Yeah.
last year, Michael B. Jordan rented out an aquarium for Lori Harvey, and this year she with a new nigga.
Now she's swimming
Hey,
with
life
new,
comes at you fast.
now she's swimming with new fish.
Nah, bro. Yo,
This
life
ain't-
is
this
ass.
that clever shit I be talking about.
Like,
How did you just say that? Like,
life is so ass backwards, bro. Could you imagine? Yo, he rented. Like, I thought that was the flyest date ever
Why?
to rent out the aquarium, bro. Did you not see what they
I
had
don't even
dinner?
like aquariums.
Let me tell y'all
Bro,
something, man.
bro, they had
It smelled like
turtles.
fish in there.
Nah, bro.
Niggas
And
is bugging. That ain't
while they was
romantic.
eating fish. That's hard.
Okay, that's foul.
That's hard.
That's foul.
That's hard.
That's traumatizing.
That's hard.
They're eating their cousin. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's foul.
Pulling up on the shrimp, looking at the shrimp. That's tough. OD tough.
Nah, like
He bodied that last year, but this
Yeah,
year is a new
Aquarian.
year. Shout out to him.
all right. Salute to Michael B. Man.
He said he wasn't sad.
I saw that.
He said he wasn't sad. And then also, last week, I owe him an apology. I owe a lot of the actors and actresses an apology for some of the things that I said on last week's episode. We broke down movie stars and actors and if they will get you to purchase movies. And my theory was debunked rather quickly.
Explain. What do you mean?
Yeah, for the new listeners.
We trying to understand shit.
They announced that Will Smith is set to release or star in a sequel to I Am Legend, which is starring Michael B. Jordan. Based off of those two names alone, I'm going to the theater.
Yeah.
So I lied to y'all last week.
Wait, because your argument last week was that you don't want to see any more big productions because you're not confident in what they're gonna put out.
No. So the argument last week was that people are going to the theaters or watching movies based on like the premise of the movie.
Got you.
Right? It's like, oh, the Black Panther is coming out, so I'm going to see the Black Panther. I'm not necessarily going to see the actors or actresses in that movie.
Got you.
That was my
Got you.
argument.
Got you.
Today, I am here to say I lied.
Gonna go see the actor.
Because I'm going to see them niggas. Those my guys, bro.
I
Like,
love a good backtrack.
you know, I messed up, and I also watched You People.
I did see you people on Netflix. Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
Lauren
Yeah,
London,
yeah.
Jonah Hill.
And I watched it because of the actors. So I
That's a
lied.
fact. That's a damn. You just
Yeah.
be lying to the people.
Oh, okay. I see your point. Yeah.
And, I mean, off the strength, I watched it just because of them too.
Right.
But there are a lot of things that the concept was cool.
Should we discuss it?
I
Yeah,
kind
let's do
of
it.
want
It's
to.
been out for a while.
I kind of want to because
out
there's
for a while.
one specific person I want to talk about in that, and it's Eddie Murphy.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Big L.I.
Negatively or
Big.
Long
Yeah,
Island.
let me tell y'all something. Eddie Murphy, from where I'm from, he won't tell you that though. For real.
You know
Big
who
LI.
else is?
Say it.
Howard
Ashanti.
Stern.
Oh.
Yes, another one. Jerry Seinfeld.
Howard Stern is from
shit.
his town.
Boom. Let me tell you something. I was raised on the same block Flavor Flav was raised in. Chuck D. I could keep naming them for real. But anyway, you about to get me started on my Long Island rant.
My bad.
And yo, do your research on Long Island. R.I.P.
Facts, y'all don't count.
R.I.P. True Joy, De La Soul. Listen, I could really keep going with this. Anyway, you about to get me in my bag. I like how you do that. My bad. But I wanted to talk about Eddie Murphy because I guess it kind of piggybacks off of the conversation off of last week, right? And you know what? Maybe this is one of your qualms, Pierre, maybe with the film. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Eddie Murphy, all right, this is the new thing I'm realizing, right?
Be careful.
I'm going to be mad careful because that's my man.
I was about to say that's my man.
I want to
bro.
be very clear. Coming to America,
Yeah.
still my favorite
Two?
movie. No, the one.
Oh, the one.
The
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Remember
you
the
said
one?
two, you would have scared me a
Yeah,
little.
no. The one.
Alright.
And I'm glad because we could bring Coming to America too.
Okay.
The massive influx of betting on safe productions is really messing up
Quality?
quality performances. Let me explain. Eddie Murphy shouldn't have been given that script. Salute to Kenya Barris. Salute to all the great actors, actresses that were involved in that film. That type of script, I don't feel you give to Eddie Murphy. He that is Eddie. Do we know who Eddie? Do we know who Eddie Murphy is for real? Like the impact he's made on comedy and on films.
What about it? What about that script in particular didn't sit well with
Like
you?
he was too serious.
Not that it felt too performative.
Okay.
And Eddie
What was
Murphy,
his name?
Yeah, it was
Akbar?
something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
He had a name change.
Akbar Woody.
Yeah, his first name was Woody.
his first name was Woody.
He was named Woody. And
Okay.
then
And then he
something with his
changed to
dad.
Akbar.
Yeah.
See, let me tell you, I don't need that for Eddie Murphy. That's just too performative to me. Granted, I know a lot of the scripts now are garnered towards social media trends, things that's in, but I that was probably one of the biggest problems I had with that film. Like, why are we doing this to a Eddie Murphy type of actor and talent? Like the type of performance Eddie Murphy can put on,
Yeah.
we don't need to just hire for any quick little gimmicky type of film
Yeah.
and throw a bunch of cameos in it. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Coming to America 2 kind of felt like that as well. You know, like this is a person that can act on the highest of levels. We've seen it over the years.
Yeah.
And again, because of the influx of Jim just betting on the safe films, I feel like it's fucking up the scripts.
Yeah.
And in that, we're just losing legacy type performances from our legends.
Yeah.
And that, I really have a problem with that. Like, I was so disappointed that that's the script they gave Eddie Murphy, yo.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I
Yeah.
mean, I know there were a lot of comedians in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a comedy. I don't know what it was. I don't know how to classify what that was.
rom-com.
Rom-com.
But was it a like, did it make you laugh? Did you laugh at any point?
I'm sure there were people
certain
that
points.
laughed.
Yeah.
There was certain. All right.
Did it
Some
make you
scenes
laugh?
made me chuckle.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not trying to come at you. My bad. Shorty, like, oh,
I don't chuckle.
I know the little twang joke you ain't, but my fault.
No.
bro.
I don't think I wouldn't classify it as like a
It wasn't a
ha-ha
comedy.
comedy either. I don't know. Yeah, it was a little. It was more cringy than it was funny to me.
Yeah. But I think
Yeah.
that was their purpose. The cringe was definitely their purpose.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Or they're on
I see what you're
purpose.
saying.
I don't think cringe can be your purpose. There's
can't
no
be.
way
Yeah.
you're gonna make a film
Because-
and say, "Hey, I'm going to make this
Like
the
what
cringiest thing."
everything that the white mom was saying, that was purposely cringy.
Yeah.
Like
They were. To me, I got
see
the
what
sense
you're
that they were playing on the racist overtones and outliers.
okay.
Where even when she was talking about her hair, remember the
Spoilers for anybody who didn't
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
spoiler alert. So the mom went to Lauren London's bachelor party and accidentally took the weave off of one of Lauren London's friends,
Mm-hmm.
and then they took the storyline from there to the mom trying to figure out like how to deal with black hair, and then or black women's hair, and then she went to Lauren London and trying to
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh okay, so is that called a lace front or whatever she said,
Right.
and I think they just play it on, hey, like these are common stereotypical things that white women
like say.
assume of black hair, and then they did the same thing for black.
Yes.
Yep.
I want to bring up some films that, to Pierre's point, I think over the years did a good job kind of revealing the stereotypical type of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are We Home Yet with Ice Cube?
Okay.
I love that movie
It's such
so much.
it's because it's well I'm
like
getting
it's actually
mad.
funny. Like it's actually funny.
It's actually well written,
Mm-hmm.
meaning like even Ice Cube he's become a good actor over the years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that script was Ice Cube was able to become something else and even better. You get what I'm saying? Another one, the Barbershop series.
Yeah.
You see how these certain films like they kind of did the stereotypical type of jump, but it's how they wrote it. It's how they executed it. Things that the scripts now feel so fast. They feel like, what 5 things can we grab from Twitter?
That's exactly
Yeah, you
what
know
I
what I'm
felt
saying?
about this movie. Like not even just like the romance part of it was
Yeah.
so fast. Like
Yeah.
they met in an Uber.
Yeah.
They met in an Uber, and the next scene they're getting married.
Yeah.
Like
no,
that's.
no. Then they were dating.
Oh, sorry.
And I've been in
And
a few
then-
Ubers. They ain't happened.
So we didn't really have a chance to like fall in love with their relationship and their connection.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing, it wasn't even that he wasn't even her Uber.
Yeah.
So that point of entry
No.
wasn't realistic. She ordered an
wasn't.
Uber. Yes,
He
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
her.
Vice versa. Yes. He had ordered an Uber,
And then-
jumped in her car. She was like, "I'm not an Uber driver, but hey, I'll still take you where you need to go."
Right.
Like that doesn't even
It was
sound
very, like, forced.
It was
Like,
super
yeah.
forced. It was super.
And-
but before you go, I do want to highlight Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
I do want to say it's honorable for him to jump in this arena because we don't see people of his talent, of his caliber, of his magnitude, embrace the culture in that way.
See, is that honorable save on or is it the bag?
No, I don't think there was
Nah.
the bag. He
Nah,
could have did it.
yeah.
He does movies with he's
I don't know
Leonardo
if-
DiCaprio's right hand man.
Let's
Like
argue.
this
Let's
is not
argue.
the bag is he's not the one getting the bag on this.
Not on this.
Let's
It's not with
argue.
Eddie Murphy in the
I-
movie.
I
He didn't
felt
even
his
want to. He
sincerity
didn't even
on-
want to do a press run for this because he
Yeah.
just
This was not a bag move. This was, hey, I
believe
enjoy
in
this.
this
This was
film.
not a bag.
The
for
way
him,
that
bro.
it was cut, it could not.
It's not
have
a
been
bag move.
I
Okay,
want
bro.
to keep giving me
It's
more.
not
I'm
a
trying-
bag move.
because there were
How?
there were a lot of first off,
Yeah.
I felt he was more sincere on like, hey, this is why I love this black woman,
Okay.
and everything that's outside that's saying, okay, this is not gonna work. Bump all that. I love her for her, regardless of race.
Let me get deeper.
Okay.
Does Jonah Hill accept the script because a legend like Eddie Murphy is on it? Or you guys can create your factor. Or is it the pay was well?
I don't think the pay.
Well, what I'm gonna say is,
I've seen him do way better scripts.
I'm pretty sure he, and again, we can
Yeah.
fact check this,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure he and Kenya Barris had something to do with the production and the writing of this movie.
Yes, Kenya
So
Barris, yep.
that means he was already casted. They had to get Eddie Murphy to jump on board.
Okay.
So I believe personally that this is something that he just wanted to do.
Like he believed
like
in,
he's
I feel
of
like.
I think he's of a similar mindset where he seems to embrace all. Like we know how the media has bullied him about his weight, and he's been extremely vocal about not feeling accepted.
Right.
And I think he could relate to some of the racial undertones that were said in the film. Like I think he's one of those quote unquote woke people, and I don't want to call him like a woke person.
Yeah, I don't know
but
what he be doing every
think,
day.
But I know I don't know. I have no idea. But I think when you jump in this type of arena, it's when you don't have to, right?
Sure.
Like, you know, we'll see like Guess Who with Bernie Mac a few years ago. I think it was Bernie
great.
Mac.
I
Great
forget
scripts. These are great
Ashton
scripts.
Kutcher,
Ashton Kutcher
and I forget the
and
girl.
Zoe Saldana,
Yeah,
I believe,
I think
right?
so.
I might have fucked the name up. But that I think that was more of like for, and I don't know these people at all, but let's just speculate, right?
Right.
Ashton Kutcher, he might have took that script because it was funny, it was cool.
Right.
Boom, let me do it. I'm trying to build my portfolio.
Right.
He wasn't as established as, let's say, a Jonah Hill is today. At that time, Ashton Kutcher, he was still him, but he wasn't him. Like
Sure,
Jonah
sure.
Hill doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like he's that good. Like when you are Leonardo DiCaprio's right hand man, they have multiple movies together. You know what I'm saying? Like he's this is not a bag move for me.
I see what you're saying.
In my opinion.
I guess maybe I'm not arguing bag. Maybe I am arguing script because to me, a lot of these the ones, right? The Jonah Hills, Eddie Murphys, the so-and-sos, I would just assume for them to see a script like this and just want more from it because of previous works. I'm going to keep naming films that kind of do stereotypical thing but did great job with the writing. Norbit.
Okay.
The Nutty Professor.
But do we have to put that on the talent?
I'm not putting on the
I
talent.
wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
why
what
I'm
I'm
making
saying.
it clear right now.
Okay.
So you're trying to
I
say,
think it's
like-
the scripts.
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
I want to be very clear.
or
Yeah.
what constraints they had while still trying to play that role.
Absolutely. Eddie Murphy know the difference between Coming to America 1 and Coming to America 2. So I maybe falsely just brought up the bad because I knew, the reboot probably was, probably saw a good penny for it. But maybe it is just the writing. And Reggie as a writer, am I wrong? Like,
What do you mean?
just the way films are written these days, man. I can't really put my finger on it, man. It's not doing it for me. Cause now it's not just the rom-coms. It's not just the horror movies. It's not just the action films. All of them are pretty much on the same type of let's kind of get trendy things in it. Let's kind of
hot
play
topic items.
Let's play into certain things that are trendy, and then we'll name it this genre. And it's like, yo, fam, the way we used to do rom-com.
No, well, speaking of rom-coms, I also saw the other side of the debate, which is why I was very wary of like sharing my critiques on this film because it's like the other side of it was like, yo, like it's just a silly rom-com. Like, please stop like over analyzing it. Just take it for what it is. It's just a modern rom-com, whatever. Like that was other people's like, yo, why can't people just like take it as like a simple movie? It's not supposed to be this analytical piece. Yeah. So that's what people were saying about it.
I'm not
like,
mad
I don't
at
know.
that. Here's my answer to that, right? And it kind of has to do with music as well. Are we making timeless art or quick art? So to those people, that my argument is, I'm sure it was just a cool little film. Yeah, I know it wasn't terrible. I'm not saying it was terrible, but it's like, again, how many of these films are we going back to? When I was coming up, I used to go back to a lot of films. Everything feels like it's just a microwave Netflix release screening. You might see it on the homepage for 2 days, and then boom, it's the next one. So it's like if we improve the writing, guys, do we get a better retention rate?
And I'm gonna sound extremely biased, but I don't give a fuck.
Why?
This is why HBO is king.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
yes.
the
Let's let him have this one. Yes, because you're right.
The content
is written well.
The content is everlasting.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? It's not just a moment. Although they know how to create a moment, they also allow that moment to
it's good writing.
transcend.
Like,
You get what I'm saying? Like,
beautiful point.
I think that's why HBO is king. I think that's why the Netflixes of the world is dying out. They're scrambling. They're desperate.
A movie with Lauren London, Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy, Nia Long.
Should have been written better. Yeah.
I should have played this movie all throughout the year.
Yeah.
This should be a film that all of us want to watch over the years.
And
like, what are we talking about?
My biggest thing about it that I didn't like was how it was cut. Like there were a lot of bad cuts.
Yeah.
At one point,
like
Eddie
quick
Murphy
cuts.
in the sense of like one point Eddie Murphy was like sitting up at the table, and in the next frame, he's back
He's
on the
laid
table.
back,
And his,
yeah. And
like
you could tell.
continuity was off.
You could tell.
And for me, the storyline, like I feel like they missed so many different parts
Absolutely.
that
That's
you
why
could
I
have
said-
drawn more people in, like Reggie was saying.
Absolutely.
That like, hey, like you guys. That's why I was saying I don't think the
Yeah.
budget was.
So I blindly say the money,
Yeah.
but maybe it is the writing in the scripts.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we want though, like with a cast like that. I see your point. Like, yo, we should be having like this should have been like an amazing film that we refer back to. But I love those like random movies that from like 2009 that we refer to, just like random movies.
Yeah.
So that's a genre in itself, like the random movies that we like don't even refer to as like a classic, but we still love them. So maybe
Right.
this is gonna go down as one of those that it's harmless. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm again. I love seeing Eddie Murphy. Like
Love.
I don't expect comedy or funny from Eddie Murphy anymore. He hasn't been that in a
Really?
while. I don't expect it. He's an older man. I think he's pushing 60 years old. He hasn't really.
Damn.
He's not.
We just wrote him off.
Really?
Nah, no, but I'm
Yeah,
just
people
saying.
get funnier with age. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not really.
They
Oh,
can.
man,
So you don't think
Think
he's
about
funny?
think about all the stories he hasn't broken down in stand up yet over the years.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He has
Like
mad content.
he's not really actively being funny. He's not doing
Okay.
stand up, right? He's not inserted in the race of comedians with Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, the prominent figures. He is one of the prominent figures. People
Yeah.
have him on that Mount
You're
Rushmore.
right, he's better.
right? Like he's
he's better.
Nah, I
I'm not
think-
saying better or worse.
oh,
I think 'cause
I'm
he-
not comparing them.
No,
I'm
alright,
saying
alright,
today those guys are active.
Yeah.
They're all established. They're
Yeah.
all legends. They never have to do another set, another
Neither does
movie
Eddie
again.
Murphy, though.
But he is what I'm saying, right? And I don't see him actively participating and being the funny guy. I think he's in a position where he can just be Eddie Murphy. And this role felt like he's not Akbar. He's Eddie Murphy. Like he's not of the character. He's who he is, and he's just playing the role. Like I don't see him. Like I haven't viewed him in being funny in quite some time. Like even Coming to America, I think it was a bag.
Two?
Yeah, Coming to America
said.
too.
That's
I
what I
think that
said.
was a bag. I think it was a moment. I think it was a bag, and I
what I
think it was
said.
like, I bet, let me do it. I haven't seen him actively participate in trying to be funny and make people laugh.
Yeah,
I think
hasn't been in his comedy bag.
no, he
in
hasn't
years,
in
yeah.
a while, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
And this was another
Or
movie.
did we miss something?
That's what I was about to say. I think that's us selfishly speaking, right?
I don't think so.
All right, hear me out, right? Because he's not gonna play the Will Smith Instagram game. He's not gonna play the Kevin Hart Instagram game, right?
What about
But-
movies?
But that's a fact. But he just started coming back to work, right? Like literally just started coming back to work with Coming to America. So we haven't seen a lot of his shit in years. So my whole point is, Savon, I don't even know if he's gotten funnier around the people that he frequents.
Prior to
You know what I'm
Coming to
saying?
America,
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what he's really like, what he been like since his, the movie hiatus. I don't know.
but even so,
Yeah.
even with the hiatus, I think there were movies that he has taken prior to the hiatus that also said, hey, I'm not going to be the funny man no more. I'm not interested in doing that. There's a movie, and I'm going to look it up, but there was a movie that I came across that came out maybe late, mid 2010s.
Okay.
And it was a serious role. And I loved watching him in that role. And it was nothing to do with comedy at all. Let me
Try to
get the
find the
name
name.
of this movie. Mr. Church. It came out in 2016.
Okay.
Mr. Church.
Mr. Church.
I didn't even know.
Eddie Murphy, Mr. Church. If y'all are interested in just a good story, good acting, that'll be a great movie to just watch, throw on if you can. I have Apple TV. I just type it in Apple TV and it comes up.
Stop
But
it.
what do you mean?
Dolomite too. I'm sorry. Go.
Dolomite is my name.
Yeah.
Dolomite is my name. It's 2019,
Yeah.
right?
He was getting a little funny in there.
It wasn't. I mean, he tried. He did try.
He tried. That's
but
what
it
I'm
wasn't
saying.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
It didn't
Subjective,
hit.
so
It
I
didn't
get
hit.
I get it.
In 2012, he came out with a movie called 1,000 Words. I watched that. I don't think it was funny. I think it had a story behind it. It's about this fast-talking, fast-paced, fast-living lawyer, businessman who suddenly every word that he says removes a minute from his life.
What?
Right? So it's a
Oh,
great
I remember
movie.
that,
It's a
actually.
great,
I
it's a
remember
really
that,
good
Damn.
movie. The concept of it
What
is
a
really good.
concept.
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
Yeah, I
make
remember
your
that.
words count, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't a funny movie, and that was 2012.
Yeah.
So 2012, 2016, those were two movies that I deemed to be a little bit more serious. And then prior to that, he did Tower Heist in 2011. He did Shrek.
Action, yeah.
Like,
Maybe this is his rebrand.
this is what he's just older.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in that space of being funny. He's just Eddie Murphy.
And you know what? I'm fine with that. you kind of prove my point a little bit more because he's in a space as to where, you know what, maybe I'm not trying to do so much of the comical shit. Hey, man, write me a very good script, like the 1,000-word shit that you just brought up and all the other things that I've been a part of. So, again, I don't even think it's a money thing. What did you just say? You said, fuck. You said it wasn't money. It was.
He doesn't want to be in comedy?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be. Yeah, a comedy thing or a money thing. I really do feel like, yo, all right, cool. If he's getting away from that, then let's give him some things
Like
where he
good-
can really
yeah.
showcase
I'm not mad at
all of the new skill.
I
Yeah,
get it.
like that's Eddie Murphy. That's like, yo, imagine Denzel doing a quick film.
Nah.
He has.
Which one?
He has.
He
I
has.
mean,
But
he
you know what I
does.
mean.
These guys do it all the time.
They do. But again, all right, to your point, right? Let's not give that to Denzel. Because again, this is a dude that is so talented. That could show us so many different types, hit so many pockets. Like,
Where are your frustrations directed? Like, are you
Yeah.
mad at like the writers for even presenting it to him? Because I feel like
As
the
we're-
onus
yeah.
is also placed on Eddie Murphy for even accepting that.
Sure.
Because he played a part in this too. So.
sure. That's why I brought up the bag. But you know what? As we're
Okay,
speaking,
yeah.
as we're speaking, Reggie, you know, you're right. Maybe I do need to put more of the onus on the producers, the writers, the people that pitch this. Because, yo, man, everything can't be microwave, yo. Or maybe it can. And these are just the times, and I'm just being bitter.
I just really wonder why,
Yeah.
because that troubles me a lot. Why
Yeah.
they've sped up the storyline like that?
They do it with a lot of new films.
But you
They
think
do
it's
it with
budget,
a lot of new films.
or just to get it over with?
I'm not sure. I think
I don't
maybe a tight timeline. Like I
Okay.
listen to a lot of like different podcasts, and Andrew Schultz had been hinting at working on a movie with Eddie Murphy
Right.
a few months ago.
did.
Like he hinted at this movie. And so I knew it was in production, and then when it came out, it's like, oh, this is the movie that Andrew was talking about.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it could have been sped up, and they didn't have. It could have been a time thing,
Yeah.
not
production
necessarily.
thing.
Yeah, maybe not so much a production thing. It just could have been a time thing. I really don't know, but
Right.
I do agree with a lot of the things that y'all are saying as far as it felt rushed, it felt incomplete. It didn't feel like a quality body of work, and I don't ever want to put that on the actors, on the talent.
Yeah, nah.
Because
never.
I think they do what
I
it
don't
is
wanna
that
put
they
that
can
on
do. They're not
Nah.
making the edits. They're
At
not making
all.
the cuts. They didn't
Yeah.
make the script.
At all.
I watched a lot of the actors and actresses press during their press run for this movie, and Eddie Murphy, you know, he said, "Hey, I saw the script. I thought it was a great embodiment of two communities not really knowing each other but coming together and finding a common ground through love."
Yeah, well, I wish you say the number on it too.
So if I'm Eddie Murphy,
But of course he has to say that because he's trying to sell it.
but that maybe not just selling it though. Maybe
Yeah.
when he got the script,
He really did think
he
it was going to
said,
be great.
"Oh
like-
wow, you know what?
Word.
I remember because there's been so many movies with the same concept.
Yeah.
that dates back to the '80s.
Yeah.
Right, like,
Yeah.
and he referenced that. I can't remember the name of the movie, but he was like, "Yo, there was a movie in the '80s that came out with this same concept,
Okay.
and I remember watching it and thought that was so cool. I would love to play my role in saying, hey, black family, white family, find some kind of understanding. It's a great story. A lot of actors, Mike Epps, all these people, Laura London, everybody. And so I just want to be a part of it as Eddie Murphy, lending my star
That was
to
so-
this script that I
I'm
think
not gonna
works."
lie, that was so sweet. Now answer this question for me, right? Does Eddie Murphy do that film?
Yo, don't talk to me like that.
That was
Don't talk to
My
me
fault,
like
bro.
that,
That was
bro.
my-
Like,
Don't call
why-
someone
Yo, don't talk to me like that, bro.
My fault, bro.
All right.
That was my fault. My fault. That was mad sweet. Now, do you
Sweet
think-
boy.
Nah, he's not a sweet. Don't talk about my man like that. Calm down. I've been defending you all day, Reggie. Relax. Calm down. I'm HR here. I calm shit down. Okay. You too. You laughing too much over there, nigga. Now, does Eddie Murphy do this film? All that lovey-dovey shit you just said. Oh yeah, he's been there before. All that lovey-dovey shit. Does he do this film, Savon, if it's underneath his pay rate?
I can't speak to that, man.
Do you?
I don't know.
Do you think?
I don't.
If
I
we had to think.
I genuinely
If we
think.
had to think.
If I had to think.
Yeah.
I think somebody with the cachet of Eddie Murphy, if he liked it, he would do it,
Yeah,
regardless
I
of the
think
bag.
if he wanted to do it, he would just do it. Like,
You think they watched this?
Why do
movie?
y'all look at this movie and think the bag?
No.
Nothing about
That's-
this
no,
movie
that's
says
Alex.
niggas got the bag
That's
over this
Alex.
movie.
Netflix.
I-
I
I'm
want to be
saying-
very clear. Netflix is handing it out. I know you team HBO over there, homie. But when you know what some of these productions are being backed out,
Yeah.
nigga,
I mean,
you
he-
gotta bring that shit up.
He might
bro.
have gotten a bag off of
Fam.
principle. But
All right,
just
let me-
off of
before you,
name.
Let me put it like this: how many other scripts do you feel like the likes of Eddie Murphy comes across? That's my point. Like
A ton.
That's
I think
my
it may have
point.
just resonated with him.
I'm sure, and so did that money.
I don't think it's. I can't see it being
All right.
I'm gonna do this for the
money.
if you do it for the money, you're not gonna do the press. Right,
It's not true.
unless
That's
it's written,
more of a reason.
it could be written in your contract,
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm
saying.
it could be written.
Incentivized.
But
Yeah.
I like Eddie Murphy would be a lot more present, a lot more active if he were doing things for the bag.
Okay.
There wouldn't be a 6-year in between because I'm sure he's getting roles and scripts presented to him every single week. And if it was about the bag, he would probably take a lot more of those opportunities. They didn't have some type of astronomical budget where he was like, oh, I have to take this one.
I feel that. I definitely feel what you're
There's
saying.
no way.
But with the amount of cameos and celebrities that were placed in this film, Savon, I know they had a lot of money behind it.
Nah, I don't. Just,
You- are you
I don't
Can
think,
we see we could look
We
up
got-
the
yeah, we
budget.
gotta
I
look up the
forgot we
budget.
have
Yeah.
Google.
We got Google. We got Chat
Bro.
GPT too.
bro. I'm telling you,
I don't know how to use it.
wherever they put the money, most of the money, it was not to the editor or whoever.
He mad as
Nah,
hell
it wasn't to
with
the
them
editor.
edits.
It wasn't to the editor.
It was.
Yeah, you're right. Talk up.
It was. It
Talk
was
about
just,
the editor. Yeah.
I mean, I'm no movie buff, right? But I could tell when something's cut a certain way.
Yeah, and me too.
Like I don't
And
know.
you don't do that on really like quality production.
Exactly.
It's not a thing. You
It
go
was-
over the review. It's like you have
It
a
was-
lot of teams.
It was colored nicely and all
Yeah,
that.
it was
but
colored
how
nice.
it was cut, I'm like,
now,
It was a little cheap.
Savon,
Yeah.
if you break my heart and it's some low number for this budget, I'm gonna put an
I'm
ABB
looking
out for
for
Eddie
it.
Murphy.
try to see if you could, if you
I'ma
can
be-
see when they started production too.
Yo, bro, please don't make me sad, bro. Because if I find out they took it for whatever, I'm gonna be even more mad.
Or they
But I feel
paid
like that
out.
would make sense because they just
Yeah,
did
yeah.
it because they like wanted to do it. Like I feel
Okay,
like that would
okay.
make more sense.
Okay.
But, like,
Oh wait, no,
why?
it doesn't because you're arguing like that couldn't be it. Like
right.
okay, I
see.
don't know. Let's wait. I
I
don't
could
know.
be look
Or they spent most of the budget on the actors.
on the actors.
Oh.
That,
And they
left.
That's be my listen. You don't just get a star-studded cast like this, and they don't see their usual rates or a little bit more. You just
You,
don't.
you think they saw the premiere before everyone else?
That's a good question. Depending, I feel like because I think Jonah Hill was an involved writer on it. If I'm wrong,
Yes,
correct
he
me.
was.
So I'm sure he saw a lot of the early stuff. I'm not sure if everybody else did.
So I can't find
Nothing
the
on it?
budget.
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
how high the number was.
I
They
can't.
never want to announce it.
I don't think that's it. The production started in 2021.
Production
So
started in 2020.
That's about a 2-year,
Wow.
launch
Wow.
in
Why did,
recording.
why did it take so?
I mean, honestly, that's kind of like average for movies. You start filming in 2021 and it comes out 2023, 2024. Like, it's just, again, it's all studio-based slots, but I don't know why you think this was a money play. I don't understand
I
that.
could be wrong, bro. I want to be very clear. I could be wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong.
Did you see the kufi? Like,
Yo, nah.
did you see his
Why they put a-
headgear?
why they put a kufi in my
Did you see like the
they
cost? Like,
why
I
they-
don't think this was a bad thing. I genuinely believe that Eddie Murphy
Like he wanted to do
and
this.
and also Laura London. I think
Lauren.
this was
Lauren.
Lauren. I'm so sorry.
Lauren.
I said Laura before.
You did, you
I
did.
did. Yo, why y'all ain't correct
just
me
let it
on
rock,
that?
'cause
because
we-
But
we
don't
knew
let
what
me
you
do
meant.
that.
I didn't
My
notice.
fault.
My
I
fault.
thought I said Lauren too.
My fault.
Yo,
Lauren,
Lauren. Shout out to
Lauren.
Nunu. My fault. Nunu. But I genuinely believe
Yeah.
that she found something that she was comfortable with returning to work.
Okay.
You know, like
Absolutely.
I can see
I
that.
don't
I
think
could
this was
definitely see
I think everybody just felt like this made sense. I think
I can see
Jonah Hill being a writer on it, I think it made sense for that. Kenya Barris and his cachet and his resume, I think in his brain it said, oh, this makes sense. I can direct, write something, and then also have the likes of the Eddie Murphys, the New News,
Yeah.
Jonah Hill. Like, if you look at it on paper, it does make sense. I just think it was poorly executed.
Yeah,
Nia
I
Long.
like that take.
Nia Long too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, think about all
Yeah.
of the people who
That's
we
my
don't
point.
we don't really see these people like that.
Wow, they all really came out for
La
this
La.
movie.
Jonah
wow.
Hill.
Lala was
And
in
y'all
it.
telling
what
me
I'm
they
saying.
came out for the movie because they really
Carisha.
because they
Carisha.
really related to it,
because
right?
they believed in
because they
it.
really believed in
Because-
the film. That's why all
Maybe
of
they
them
really
popped
thought it was gonna be like a hit. Like maybe
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
really,
it was a hit though. That's the
Nah.
thing.
It
It
was.
was.
For what it
was a
was.
hit on Netflix. They are happy with the
what
product.
it was, yeah.
They're happy
That's-
with it, bro. Because
that's
we all
unbelievable
watched
for me.
it.
I mean,
When's the last time we
the
all watched a
concept-
movie on fucking Netflix and had commentary about it? We're talking about it.
Kevin Hart.
Netflix releases shit. We don't even talk about his shit no more.
Yeah, you're right.
Not
He's
Kevin
dropped
with
like
the stray.
He dropped like
Yeah, that
3
nigga just-
movies
He's like, fuck Kevin Hart.
last
That
year.
nigga just caught 3 bullets. For
And
no
nobody
reason.
came in and it didn't
Poor-
create
poor-
any moments, no
poor Kevin.
commentary. It was, oh shit, he got a new movie. And shout out to Kev. Like, those movies that he put out last year on Netflix, they're great.
Look, if
but
y'all
it
got-
didn't
Oh my
create
God! Wait,
this.
that movie. Wait, did you guys watch it?
The one in
where
the hotel.
Toronto Man?
no, the hotel one was fucking amazing. The series, but the movie where he was like in the middle of nowhere in the desert. Did you watch it? No.
Nah.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
with
What?
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible.
What? They had that nigga win?
Did I miss
It was,
that?
he was like he was on like a retreat in the middle of the desert.
What?
But the series in the hotel room, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was
Please
fire.
check
That was
that
fire.
out. That was actually phenomenal.
fire.
And I wanted to say, like, you know, Andrew Schultz's role in You People.
Yeah.
That's something. If I were to ever act, I want to
Yeah,
like do
that's-
that. Just have like a small, cool role where
Yeah.
I'm still Andrew Schultz,
Yeah,
but I
he
make a
fit
little
that.
cameo. Like it's
Yeah.
cool. My friends find it cool. Like
He fit
I would
that
love
really
to
well.
do that.
That's
Like,
dope. That's dope.
All right. Well,
well,
love
here
all-
we are.
I love arguing with y'all. Yeah.
I got a thought-provoking question, but I don't know if it's safe to ask.
Wait, is it gonna be a long conversation?
I mean, it could.
Because we could save it for Patreon or
could.
another episode.
We got
Alright,
time. Let me see what time it is.
Just ask, because we're here now.
Okay,
Save all.
good point.
Sticker.
I mean, we could wrap this shit up if it's too
Alright.
crazy and just go to
Alright, bet.
Patreon. I
Alright,
just want to
bet.
hear the question at this point.
Wait, say the question and then we'll decide.
All right.
Yeah.
Would you ever date outside your race?
This motherfucker always
Of
trying to
course
talk about
not.
it.
No, I'm
this
kidding.
nigga right
Why you
now.
always this nigga always trying to talk about this shit? Harlem, nigga.
Yo, what's up, Dr. Umar in your mind or something?
Harlem.
No, I'm just trying to see.
Harlem.
I'm just trying to see.
What that mean?
I'm just trying to see what the
I mean, does anyone like not want to answer that question or something?
Would
No,
I date out? Nah.
Yeah,
hell
Reggie,
we
right?
We've
have.
Asked
all
him.
spoken about it before.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know.
I think we've all dated out of our ethnicity.
You love who you love, bro. I ain't
I
gonna
think we've
stop
all
who you
dated
love.
out. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the
I
time.
think, I think we've all dated outside.
Yo,
our
go back to the drawing
Yo,
board.
if
my
Dev
nigga.
were here, he would have gone off.
On a
'cause
tangent.
Whenever we mention this, he's like, "You can't say your preference anymore."
ethnicity. He be getting so mad.
Love who you love, bro.
Yeah,
It's
nah, love who you
2023.
love for real. For
I
real.
mean, I really believe if we were just to answer, like, I really believe that like you can't say anything about that. Well, besides for yourself, because there's so many interracial relationships that
yeah.
have just worked out.
Yeah.
Fucking Obama, like you know what I
Right,
mean. So
right.
how are you gonna say that you just can't?
And
You
it's
know what I
imp-
mean?
And it's important, even if you are, you know, in a relationship with someone that's not of your ethnicity, do whatever you're doing, but don't bring down your ethnicity in the process.
Oh, that's a red flag.
yeah, that's a
don't
big,
do that.
I think that's what a lot of people get misconstrued, right? Because they feel like they rocking one way, they got to talk shit about what they are. So I think that's my only qualm on. Other than that, yo, go fuck.
That's
moral of the story, right?
Yeah,
Go fuck.
Go fuck.
that's why I was going for the Eagles.
Why
What?
was you going for the Eagles?
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I was going for the Eagles. Bro.
Why were you going?
Because some of the shit you just touched on, it relates to certain people that play on the other team. And I don't like that shit. Big up your peoples, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I had a horse in the race because, you know, I see certain things and I pay
guy's-
attention to certain trends.
This guy.
But I'm like, yo, I see what you doing over there.
This guy.
I see Get Out. I seen it.
This guy.
But, you know, that's another
Have you ever
conversation
had
for
a
another
white
day.
girlfriend?
No, I've never had a white girlfriend.
Okay.
No,
I haven't.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
No, yeah.
No.
What's wrong with you?
Never had a white girlfriend.
I'm kidding.
Salute to the whites.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Shout
I've had
out.
before.
But like you said, the only
Pierre just slid that in there.
hold up. The only thing is, like, you just gotta make sure whoever you do date, whatever the
Yeah.
ethnicities, race, whatever the culture is, you have to make sure that you introduce them to your culture and
Oh,
you
and they
stand true to who you are.
respect you
Yeah,
for
like,
real,
it,
like-
it has to be like you gotta stay solid and true to you and the people that raised you. Like, you
Absolutely.
can't start dating outside of your race and then forget. You know,
Yep.
all of the things that made you and your
Yep.
culture and your family and your upbringing.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm against. I'm not
Yeah,
against
absolutely.
people loving who they love, but, you know, don't go
Don't
to another
dismiss.
culture and dismiss
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
forget and discard who you were.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's when it gets corny. That's when it gets tricky.
That's when people talk shit.
And I seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
In Kansas City.
Oh my God.
I seen a lot of that shit.
I'm not gonna
damn.
lie, yo.
And the nigga's wild good. Imagine if he put the
Yo.
fist up. I'd be like,
This
oh, this nigga got him. But he don't do that shit.
This
That
guy
motherfucker
save on.
is snow.
Save on.
Yo,
Yo.
You can take us out.
this has been a Need to Know podcast. So what you need? Yo, anything else y'all want to talk about before I close this?
I don't think I
Y'all
got
cool?
anything. Just sign up on Patreon.
All right, cool. Listen, yes, please subscribe to our Patreon. That is patreon.com need to know podcast. Go get right with us. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. Leave some comments, man. You know, We want to like know who's listening to us.
Yeah.
Please.
Or at least what you guys think of the episode.
Something, please,
A
whatever.
point or
A
something.
point, yeah. I love seeing the comments. I'll try to do a better job of communicating with y'all better. But yes, it's been the Need to Know podcast. What you need to know, when you need to know, the Need to Know podcast. See y'all soon, man. Gang.